Yo, what up? How's it going, Super Hideo? Good to see you. How you doing? But yeah, how you doing, man? It's good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Dude, honestly, I'm so wild today. Yo, Skyer, what up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you. Oh my god. My iPad's like, bro, Apple, who cares? Dog. There you go. Beautiful Will, dude. Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping back around. Skyer, you are doing. I feel it. Sometimes I be doing too. I 100% feel you on that. And oh my god. Sibladeo says, doing good. Just made cookies to go with some ice cream. Dude, you're living the life, dude. Holy shit. So just chilling now. How you doing? Dude, I miss cookies and ice cream. I haven't had cookies and ice cream in so long. But I'm doing what's it called? This guy says gimme. Yeah, I'm doing good, dude. Last night, so since Monday, all the way till yesterday night, there was like 100 orders I had to ship out. And my girlfriend got home and she was like tired and she fell asleep. And I was like, oh no. So last night I stayed up till like 9 a.m. packing orders from like midnight to 9 a.m. I did all 100. And I just dropped them off at the post office today. So I'm just trying to like, honestly, I woke up at 4 p.m. So I'm still trying to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like kind of out of it. But yeah. Hey, Zaku, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. But yeah, so I just been grinding, dude. How you afraid of the grind? So yeah, so I just been doing that. But yeah, right now I gotta clean up my room a little bit because there's just so much stuff. I like pretty much was like, it was like 9 a.m. and I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. I just left everything how it was last night. So I gotta tear up these boxes. Honestly, do I even need these boxes? Yeah, I probably should save them. Because every time... Actually, nah, I'm gonna throw these away, dude. I don't need them. How you doing, Zaku? How's your post-Japan feeling? Do you get a post-Japan depression? I have a lot of friends that are like deadass will come back from Japan and be like depressed for a month, like, why can't I live in Japan? Which, low-key, I don't know. I watched a lot of like videos about living in Japan, and some people are like, yeah, you gotta be a certain kind of person to actually want to live out here. Because like it's fun when you visit, but to like actually live out here, it's kind of wild. So it's like one of those like in a perfect world type deals. But yeah, today I wanted to follow up on what we were talking about last time, but then I had to like go to the gym. Which I haven't gone to the gym today either. I need to go to the gym after this. Yeah, today isn't my day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, so I know we were like talking about it last time in the video, but what do you say? Oh, Zaku says, I'm okay. Just been keeping in touch with the homie since I've been back. Hey, sick. I'm glad to hear it, dude. Yeah, I saw Zaku and I have a homie. His internet name is Mr. City Pop. But he's a homie, dude. He's super sick. He like shows up to every City Pop show. He fitted out like Lupin the Third, and like dances hella good. But dude, he picked up our Tune in Tokyo, our other buddy, in a school bus. So it's like pretty sick. And yo, Logan, good to see you, dude. How you doing? And yo, Logan got their Yamaha HS5, so like they're super sick like speakers for like making music. And what's it called? And that's funny, yeah. The first song I guess they played on was Battle Network. Hey, dude, I'm glad to hear. I hope it sounded really good. I hope you were like, oh shit, it's a whole new layer of sound. But it is kind of funny that you joined and like it's currently playing. That's hilarious. What's it called? Sibiladeo says, life in Japan, can we make it? Life in Japan. That's what we wanted it to be. Yeah. Exactly, dude. Okay, so we got all that off the floor. Next I gotta fill up my my sticker cabinets. My little like, what's funny is this is like a toolbox. This is like, so this thing right here, back here, this thing. Well, I don't know if you can see. I might probably blocking the camera. I am, dude. Fuck. But this giant thing right here, this is where I store all the stickers. It's actually just like a fishing toolbox, but it's perfect for all these stickers. But oh, Zaku says Mr. City Pop was the first person they saw when you got back too. Oh, that's cool, dude. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're re-upped on baby stickers. So I have all like the fun-sized. I think we said fun-sized on stream last. And honestly, I got fun-sized Monster Tape Zero stickers, and they don't look too bad. They like look actually kind of good, because the thing about the Monster Tape Zero album cover is that it's like the white lines like really are important for like seeing the definition of the character, but they don't look too bad. Like you can totally tell it's Monster Tape Zero. So yeah. So I'm probably gonna keep ordering those and give them out. But Logan says, I'm so glad I got them in white because my dad had them in black in his old studio and bought another pair because he sold them when we moved out and they look better in white. I don't know why. Yeah, sometimes they do, you know what I mean? I feel like everyone has like their preference of like white versus black, like technology stuff. Hey, Shay!
Order from Shay.
Thank you, Shay. I appreciate you. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. Zaku fun size. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always call them like baby stickers because like they, you know, they're tiny. Like anything small, I call it baby size. But someone, maybe it was Skyer. My bad if it wasn't you, Skyer. But I think Skyer was like, nah, man, you gotta call them fun size. And I was like, oh, you spitting? Well, not that I had to, but you know what I mean. Like it was just like that was their suggestion. I was calling them fun sized. I fit. Oh yeah, I think I could fit both of these in here. But yeah, I think going forward, I might do only the small stickers because, dude, I like, because we be getting so many orders, it's like I need like a ton of these stickers. And like the bigger ones, they take longer to make, low-key. So I might have to be like, yo, look, sorry, but small stickers only going forward, y'all, until I can get my life together. Okay, yeah, 2 of them fit. Nice. But yeah. But I guess since we got most of us here, let me do the Jermaine update. So Jermaine's doing good. Again, that one giant leaf that Jermaine has. Let me turn this off too. I'll have to turn it back on later. But that one, like this leaf, you could look at the last VOD. Like this grew like 10 times overnight. I'm pretty sure. This giant leaf, right? Like the big one, this main one right here that I'm shaking a lot. Or he'll shake it up here. The top, tippy top one, dude. That's like this motherfucker's gonna become a palm tree pretty soon. He's gonna like overgrow. He's gonna come to life and walk out of the pot. Yeah, I mean. But Rampage, dude, good to see you. How you doing? Hey, what's up, dude? Video says, "Oh yeah, it's towering even more." Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like I came in the room this morning and I was like, "Hold up," you know what I mean? And Logan says, I moved my old monitors that were $35 each and they weren't rounded, so I'd scraped some of my skin. Oh, ow. And I've never set up anything faster because I was literally pushed by spite. I feel that. And Logan says, bro, how did it grow so fast? I don't know, dude. Like, I think it's because I got like a specific growing light bulb. So I think Jermaine's just like, oh, hell yeah. You feed me all day long. Like, maybe they're getting thick. You know what I mean? Because I just feed them so much light. Because plants eat light, so he's probably just like, thick. Yo, Roses, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by as always. How's your Thursday going, Roses? And Rampage says, wow, getting bigger. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, Roses, I don't know if you could tell, but probably not right there, but like this one leaf on Jermaine got humongous. Jermaine's getting chonky. Yeah, we were talking last time about like Pixar mom, the Pixar mom design. Jermaine's gonna look like a Pixar mom pretty soon. Logan says plant hit flow state for growing. Yeah, exactly, dude. Jermaine was like, I gotta lock in and grow. So yeah. And Rosa says, it's been nice. Glad to hear it's going nice. And Jermaine might need a bigger pot. if the plate gets too big. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, shit, at some point I'm gonna have to get Jermaine a bigger pot. Oh shit, I actually have too many of these, which is actually a good thing. But yeah, Rose is judging by the growth. Yeah, you have to like look into getting a bigger plot for Jermaine. Let me write that down actually in my notes. But actually, let me just make the VOD notes. Oh man, there's so many things I gotta do. Yeah, Roses, I was up till like 9 a.m. last night packing orders, and we still had, and like just since midnight last night, we have another 32 orders, 34. So, what's it called? So, I gotta like do a billion things. I feel like at this point the stream is gonna be like just the like the Mr. Krabs meme. Let's all hang out while my hair is on fire. But yeah. But of course I'm thankful. Of course I'm super thankful. It's like wild. This has been like the wildest January I've ever had doing stuff. All right, Roses says get a bigger pot for Jermaine soon, possibly. Cool, I wrote it down, Roses. Thank you. But yeah, Roses says wow, insane. And Toledo says goodness. Yeah, I'm super thankful. But what's it called? Yeah, but we're getting through it. You know what I mean, it's good though, because then I can what's it called? You know, maybe start getting help soon. I mentioned like a bunch of times. I was like, oh, I might get an assistant. Who knows? But yeah. But Logan says it just boggles me how I don't even see the subwoofer vibrating. I said woofer when I'm playing stuff on the HS5s, but it's louder than my old monitors. Yeah, I don't know. They just pump out sound, dude. I don't know. Yamaha be like, yo, we gotta make these sick ass speakers. Oh, and by the way, we make pianos. And oh, by the way, we make motorcycles. You know what I mean? They just kind of know what they're doing over there. But Logan says, damn, Oceanfront is way bigger than when I first saw the Mustang Zero ads. Yeah. It's been quite the journey. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of scared of how many orders I'm gonna have, because usually when I drop new stuff, I'll just keep the Mustang Zero going because like it's new to somebody else. It's always new to somebody. So when I drop that, it'll be like getting all the Kaiju Club orders plus what's it called? What's going on with Mustang Zero? So it'll be like doubly. Oh shit! And your Octopus says, "Shake your booty, Groovy." What's up, Octopus? Good to see you. Let me dance. Good to see you, Octopus. How you doing, dog? Yo, Ethan, dude, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Monster Tape Zero is fire. I mean, my roommate listens to it all the time. Dude, I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks for letting me know, and thanks for listening to with your roommate. That means a lot. Because I know when I was in college with NetNavi, like, they were my roommate. A lot of, like, there'd be a lot of artists that we would find just, like, chilling in the living room and, like, our dorm and stuff. So I'm glad that Monster Tape Zero could be that for you and your roommate, whether you live in the dorm or apartment or whatever, but you know what I'm trying to say. House. Sick. All right, so we got that one done. Logan says made Miku and makes yachts. Cool. I think I might be losing the plot on what you're saying about Miku. Like Hatsune Miku? Sega. But Octopus says, had to get all your CDs. I'd be playing them on the Xbox 360, dude. That's so sick. Yeah, dude, I need to get me like an OG Xbox as well. That's like the one retro console I'm missing is the 360. But dude, thank you so much for getting all my albums again, dude. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I sent you got them a while ago, right? I'm pretty sure you did. But dude, that's sick. You're playing on my 360 again. Oh, Yamaha made Hatsune Miku? I didn't know Yamaha made Hatsune Miku, or was like involved with Hatsune Miku. And that's wild. But yeah, Yamaha makes a ton of random things. but they make them good. They do know how to. They do be making them. I mean, and they're not too bad. They know a thing or two about making a thing or two. Sick. All right, cool. Got all the Radical Reptars. And then lastly, the brand new fun size baby Monster Tape Zero stickers, dude. Yeah, I'll probably throw these in when we drop the, what's it called? Yeah, I edited all the photos yesterday, or I got all the photos from the photo shoot from the Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus. And yeah, I got all the favorites out of it. And yeah, pretty much like this week, hopefully, like mostly this weekend, my plan is just to edit those down and get the little like Instagram reel I need to make for it and everything. Yeah, I'm stoked for y'all to see the Healy kickflip, dude. The kickflip to Healy. It looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But the only thing where I goofed up is that like in the video I never showed off the disc design, so I'll have to like do a funny thing where like I'll do like the Healy kickflip and then I do like a dumbass 180 and then I'll probably just show a picture of like me holding the vinyl or something. Be like, oh shit, it's finally here. Just so you can like get a little preview of what the disc looks like. And then of course the actual like website will like show everything you need to see, but yeah. But yo, Mick Shoddy, dude, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Thursday going, dude? But Logan says that Yamaha made Vocaloid Studio, not Miku, which was made by Krypton Future Media. My mistake. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. But I didn't know Yamaha made Vocaloid Studio though. That's wild. That's wild to know in itself. Yo, Aram kind of crushed this remix, dude. Yeah, Aram just started their own free CD thing, so I got one of their free CD thing. So I paid the shipping, and I'm stoked to get my CD from Aram, the guy who made this remix right now. But yeah, I'm super stoked to play this at a show. Yeah, I would like quickly checked Instagram in between like doing a bunch of stuff, and speaking of show, someone was like, bro, you gotta play MagFest one of these days. I was like, dude, I wish. I don't live on the East Coast. And I don't got MagFest money right now. But Rutro Raggy, is that how you say it? Is it supposed to be Rutro Raggy like Scooby-Doo, or is it Ruro Raggy? I'm sorry for Canada, but thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. How long will your CD thing be? Honestly, dude, I've been running for years. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've always just said I'll keep running it as much as I can afford it, and thankfully, I've yet to completely run out of money. In fact, these two boxes right here are all CDs. So yeah, so it's going on for whenever you're ready, dude. Honestly, so whenever you're ready, dude. Like, and this is like a whole spindle of them. So yeah.
Order from Jocelyn.
So whenever you're ready, Rutro Raggy, I got you, dog. And oh, Jocelyn, I'm sorry. Thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate you. If you're watching, let me know, and I'll get it packed for you. But Rutro Raggy, it's based off of Scooby-Doo. Okay, cool. I'm glad I read it the right way. And Lamau would have read it the same way unknowingly. Yo, Run Mooney, good to see you. I forgot where me and my girlfriend was the other day. I think we were at like a government thing. I forgot where we were, but we were somewhere, and then just we were at Costco. Not a government thing. We were at Costco, and then out of nowhere, some guy goes, like he does like the perfect Scooby-Doo laugh. And dude, everyone in the entire Costco lost it. Like literally the entire food court just started dying from this one guy just randomly doing the perfect Scooby-Doo laugh. Logan says, call me a CD baby because I was raised off these beats. I feel that. That's not corny, dude. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I had my buddy at Newport had one that was like, "Call me charcuterie because I got this meat, cheese, and bread." And I was like, "Bars! Ah!" Because you get it, meat, cheese and bread being money. Rosa says Lamau. That simply says that is an art I wish to master. Yeah, the Scooby-Doo laugh. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Dude, I could deadass bark. I can. I learned it in high school. A buddy taught me how to bark like a dog. Not like I show speed. Like I show speed is just kind of like bark, bark. Like I can like. I got so realistic at it that like me and my friends would go around school and bark, and they would like the campus supervisor would look for dogs because they like would actually think there was a dog on campus. I can't do it on here. I just completely clip the mic. But yeah, if you ever catch me in real life, ask me to bark. I can actually bark. It's one of my secret talents. Logan says, I got it. Nice. And Ramuni says, I got some Chardonnay right now. Vanilla creme brulee notes called Spellbound. It's quite good. That sounds hella good, dude. Hell yeah. Dude, Red Mooney, you're chilling, dude. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Okay, what am I doing next? Let me fix this one guy's address real quick. And then I'm probably going to assign CDs today. Because I don't think I have enough CDs for how many orders. I mean, I have enough. I just don't have enough signed already for all the orders. Oh, wait, this is going on the screen. Can't read the chat right there. Rosa says, hydrate. Thank you, Roses. I do need to hydrate. And Logan says that would be some clip farming stuff. 1 million views instantly if you did that. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know, I've never been good at like the one thing I really respect about my buddy Frank is that they like really are tapped in to like what makes something go viral. And like I've read books on it and I understand like the psychology of it and stuff, but I've just never been good at like actually like, you know what I mean? Or I guess maybe I don't understand it or else I'd be doing it, but you know what I mean? But what's it called? But yeah. And I've always just been like, let me just build systems that like I could just be like that, and then we sell albums. I don't know. Like keeping it real, for real. Ironically, I was like, let me build systems that don't require me to truly understand the creativity of going viral, even though I am a creative person. You know what I mean? That makes sense. It's kind of ironic, but yeah, you know, we're out here chilling and stuff. To be brief, I'm actually live streaming right now, Lamau. But yo. I'm gonna get, oh my god, that packed up and shipped you later today. Thanks, David. Cool. That is correct. My bad. Yeah. Some one thing that's like weird about motherfucking Shopify is that doesn't let people like update their own shipping address. So if the like Shopify goofs up, they have to like email me and I have to go in and fix it. So I had to reply to someone because they were like, "Bro, I put the wrong address. Help me, please." I was like, "Yeah, I got you." But real quick, Gingerbread dude, good to see you. How you doing? Good tunes, dude. I just ordered my CD yesterday. I hope you're having a nice night. Hey, thank you. Yeah, if you just ordered it yesterday, I think you got the tracking link, right? Because I literally just at like 4:15, so about 2 hours ago, I dropped off your order at the post office. So it's literally in the hands of the post office right now. So it's on the way, dude. I hope you're hyped. And thanks for grabbing it again. I appreciate it. And Logan says, better to do what you like in terms of like, you know, in terms of like what works for you, in terms of like making art and stuff and videos and everything. That keyboard is so goated. Yeah, it's the 8-bit, I mean, not sponsored, but it's the 8-bit Do retro keyboard. Honestly, it's just that like, because there was a point in time, Logan, where I was into mechanical keyboards. Like, I think we talked about it. I know you're super into them. But the keyboard I had, like, one of the keys broke. And I was like, I just want like a like off-the-shelf, decent mechanical keyboard. And then everyone was like, bro, get the 8-bit Do. It's like perfect for that. And I was like, cool. So, and yeah, would recommend, actually. It's a hella good keyboard. And Gingerbread says, I did, thank you, very excited. Hell yeah, dude, I'm glad to hear that you got it and you're excited. Because, yeah, I'm excited for you to get it too. It's gonna be a good time. It's a fun album. Lots of folks like it, thankfully. Who would have thought? Yeah, I mean, so yeah. Okay, but let's talk about the title of the stream, because last time I forgot. But what's it called? Oh, real quick, Logan says 8-bit Do made that. No way. Yeah, dude, it's on Amazon. They're like $100. And it's hella good. So would recommend the 8-bit Do retro keyboard, not sponsored. Unless 8-bit Do wants to sponsor me, then please reach out. Because I would, that's honestly, I own a lot of 8-bit Do stuff. Not gonna lie. But all right, we're signing CDs. But I want to talk about this title of the stream. We talked about it a little bit at the very end last time. My bad, simply Deo, to like, you know, I don't know for lack of better words, but to like, I don't know how to say it in a not sus way, but you know, for like starting and like not finishing. Yeah, so do y'all feel like guardian angels are real? Because I totally feel like I have a guardian angel. Like I feel like you know, the one guy from Jujutsu Kaisen that's like Rika-chan, and like he has that like one girl he like fell in love with as a kid, and she got hit by a train or something, and then she ended up like become like this super mega powerful demon that like protects him at all costs and would do anything for him. I feel like I got one like that, dude. Because like my life, I grew up in like not a great area, and there would just be so many times in my life. Yeah. Simply Dale says, all I remember saying for me, it feels like a sixth sense. Yeah. I wrote that down too. It was in my like, you know, my talking notes. But I gotta keep them. Why did I put this over here? Oh my god. But yeah, but there's just been so many times in my life where I would just like dodge horrible situations just by like happenstance. Oh, like it happens honestly like once a month maybe, where like something bad could have happened, but just by like pure luck, I like, oh, actually, I'm okay. So yeah. Simply Deo says, all good. I remember like, yeah, if you don't mind me asking, Simply, what's your sixth sense like? What are you sixth sensing? Are you started like, is it more like a spidey sense where you can sense danger? Are you just standing there like, bzzz, you're like, oh, or is it like a sixth sense for something else? That's why I lost it, because I lost my talking sheet. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, and Skyr says, I think I have the opposite of what a guardian angel is. I mean, that makes sense too, because dude, Navi for a cool minute, we just had horrible luck. Like if it was any video game with RNG, he always. It wasn't until like, you know, it's like, honestly, this is fucking hilarious in my opinion. But you know, in Holes, the movie Holes, like digging up them holes, digging with Shia LaBeouf, and the guy's like, I can fix that. You know how the story of Holes is that Shia LaBeouf has to carry up his friend up the mountain. He's like a mixed dude with an afro. He carries him up the mountain, and because, I mean, I hope I'm not spoiling it, but actually it's a good movie, you should watch it, but it's low-key spoiler, but he essentially that like his friend that he meets at like this place where he's like forced to dig holes at like some juvenile hall thing, that happens to be a descendant of like a fortune teller that one of his ancestors like did something bad to, and she cursed his whole family, and by him carrying up her descendant up the mountain, it like lifted the curse on his family. So Daniel, Navi, like we just had horrible luck. And then we went snowboarding for the first time, and he drove us all the way up the mountain. And then since that day, his luck turned around. And I was like, dude, low key, I think somewhere along the line, I was the guy you had to carry up the mountain. Like I was the mixed guy with the afro, or you know what I mean? You had to carry up the mountain to lift your curse. But Skyr, so yeah, so it's all I'm trying to say, Skyr, is Maybe you should carry me up a mountain. Maybe we gotta meet up someday and you gotta carry me up a mountain. Or meet someone else who looks like me and carry them up a mountain to see if your luck turns around. Oh, look, it says Instagram keeps leaving my For You page with this annoying ass song that goes, "Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka." Honestly, when I first saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this is going viral. That's what it takes to go viral, dude. Honestly, like as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this is about to go bonkers. Honestly, like the song, I mean, the song is silly, but it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, he's really talking about some shit. You know what I mean? Logan says, I feel like my guardian angel's bipolar because they've been slacking off. Hey, it'd be like that sometimes. Hey, they need a break too. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, they need a break. Simply Dio says, yeah, like I can sense something. So Simply Dio makes sense. They can sense something's about to happen. I got an example. Oh yeah, please share the example. If it's not like, you know what I mean? If you can type it or you are willing to type it. I don't know how long it is, but you know what I mean? So yeah. But I low key, I feel like I can sense when people are going to enter the room. Like if I'm in a room, I feel like I got a sixth sense for that. Of like, oh, someone's approaching me. You know what I mean? But Ren Mooney says, the existence of guardian angels implies a whole lot more than the angels themselves, in my opinion. I think it's plausible, but the concept ties very heavily into like hunches or like sixth sense, like Deo said. Could be literal, could be figurative. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel like the only thing I have like a sense for is when people like are gonna enter the room. Otherwise, like in terms of my like actual like guardian angel experiences, it's always just like something's ridiculously lucky. I don't know, I just got really good luck. Or like I'll narrowly avoid like just horrible situations where I was like, oh wow, if I was there for 5 minutes longer, I would have maybe got hurt. But Rosa says that's a cool story. I'll take the story about, I'm glad to hear you like the story about Navi carrying me up the mountain. I mean, carrying me up the mountain because he was with snowboarding, but yeah. What's it called? Sunnyette says, make something inspired by Dilbert. Dilbert's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, I like that idea. Have you heard of Daria Core, Sunnyette? Like, it reminds me of like something like that. Like Daria Core is like a hella good genre inspired by Daria. Well, not really genre. It's like an album made by Jane Remover, but yeah, future me when I rewatch the VOD, think about Dilbert, the old cartoon Dilbert. But Logan says, my dad, it sounds like a knockoff You Know Miles song. Yeah, the Rest in Peace My Granny, she got hit by a bazooka. It does, yeah. They got You Know Miles vibes to it. Well, You Know Miles is more like ridiculous and out there. I feel like this one, like, it's kind of like Moo by Doja Cat. You know what I mean? Where like Moo by Doja Cat was very like silly, but it was still like a really good produced song. Whereas You Know Miles, I think, is purposely mixed and sounds bad. Whereas this one is like kind of funny and then it sounds good, but the lyrics are kind of silly, like Moo. But Moonlight Mystic, yo, good to see you again. Popping in to say hi. Thanks for popping in. Have a wonderful night, y'all. You have a wonderful night too. I appreciate it, Moonlit Mystic. I hope you're having have a nice night. And Rosa says, I don't think there's a guardian angel with me since I've had a series of bad luck, lol. I felt very unlucky sometimes, but like Donald Duck, I don't let it get to me. I feel that. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Donald Duck is like a, hell yeah. That's someone you can look to be like, yeah, Donald Duck. Got that Donald Duck, and what's it called? I don't know, Donald Duck's a cool person to look up to in terms of like handling luck. But yeah, I feel that, Roses. Yeah, I think we all get kind of like dealt a different hand of like luck. Yeah, maybe your guardian angel's also just taking a break. Because I mean, maybe it's just, maybe end up like NetNavi where it's just like the right thing happens and then like all of a sudden it gets activated. But Simply Dale says, maybe coincidental, but I was driving to Ritas with my friend once, and while driving in the parking lot, my hearing started to get amplified in my friend's voices for whatever reason. When it hit its peak, a car backed up into the side of a car and everything went deaf for me, like I should have caught it before rolling any more forward. Oh, huh. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're like, essentially like, your brain or like something in your, like, was like trying to tell you like, listen, like you're not listening. You know what I mean? That's cool, dude. Yeah, that's super Sixth Sense. And then I guess while we're on the topic real quick, Simply Day also says, smaller one but kind of weird. I was reaching for a bottle in the shower. I started to hear laughter. Next thing I knew, I slipped when I extended further and fell on my hip. Whoa! That's crazy! I like that one. Yeah, dude, you gotta... Well, I don't know. It sounds like your guardian angel is maybe working against you and laughed at you. That's crazy. It saw the future and then, yeah. But either way, thanks for sharing, dude. But Sunny it says make some Dilbert core. Also, will you? Yeah, I definitely. Dilbert core sounds sick. And will you be releasing any more free copies of Monster Tape Zero? Actually, that's what I'm signing right now. So yeah, but I'm gonna make a Monster Tape 1 pretty soon. It'll be the same situation where you know, it's what's it called? Just pay the shipping. So, and hopefully that comes out in September. I should be dropping Monster Tape 1. But I only have like 2 songs actually finished so far out of like 13. But my plan is after a drop I'm doing in like 2 weeks is just to lock in on moving and finish up that album. So yeah. Logan says, you know, Miles is more like Bobo's chicken than a foot massage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Logan. I'm happy for you know Miles though, because I feel like humorous music isn't like appreciated enough. Because it's like, why can't you explore every emotion except laughter and fun and humor? But I make serious music. It's like, so, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Miles is just as much as a genius as like, you know what I mean? Whoever else you want to compare him to. But NF Beige, good to see you again, dude. Hope you've been doing good. It's been what's it called? I feel like you told me what to call you, but I forgot. I'm sorry, NF Beige. It's just because yeah, not in like a rude way, but you know what I mean? It's just your name is I forgot where it was like a part of your name that you said you wanted me to call you by, and I forgot which part. But yeah, Sonny, I'm glad you already have Monster Tape Zero. And Dog Dude, you know what I mean? Throws this wow on Simply Adeo's 6th Sense, yeah. And okay, just call you Seth. Okay, and I got you, Seth. I'm sorry, Seth, but if I remind me if I don't ever call you Seth, because I'm like, because I'm also doing order stuff. Sometimes my brain literally like hits max capacity. That makes sense, but I'll try to keep the like translation in mind for you, Seth. But Skate Trees, Planet Seeds. Hey, dude, that's sick. I like your name, dude. How you doing? Good to see you. And what did my take on angels? Yeah, so pretty much I think I have one, dude. I got me a guardian angel, dude. I was just mentioning I'm super lucky. I get saved a lot of the time out of like nowhere from like bad situations. Like sometimes I go to parties and I'll be like, I feel like it's time to leave. And I'll leave, and then like, you know, I'll see like something later. It's like, oh, after you left, like this horrible thing happened. And I'm like, oh wow, well that was lucky. Or sometimes I'll show up to stuff and they'll be like, wow, if you were here 5 minutes earlier, you would have been caught in this really bad situation. And I was like, oh okay, well I'm glad I showed up exactly at the right time. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, thanks for asking Skate Trees, Plant Seeds. And Seth says they're bad with names too. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one, dude. But yeah, speaking of that, I forgot that, man, today's been so crazy. Trying to keep my life together. Oh wow. Okay, no, we're good. Oh wow. But got it. I get that too, man. Plant the word. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. But yeah. But thanks for sharing all your guardian angel stories, everybody. I'm glad I'm not the only one with the spooky senses. The spooky senses. All right, what else did I want to tell you all about? Dun, 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 dun. It's my favorite song. Seth says that's a bar. Hey, thank you. Spooky senses, yeah. Oh, did y'all see the Nobody Here documentary is getting coming out soon? So there's an Instagram account called Nobody Here Film. It's by My Flamingo. Technically, I think I'm in it. They've never reached out to me to tell me if I actually made it into the documentary or not, but I might be in a documentary coming out on April 20th this year. So I'm like kind of hyped on that. So you got the email? I didn't get an email. I didn't even know. I'm in it. I didn't get to the email. I just see it on Instagram. That's comedy. Maybe it landed in my spam or something, low key. Because the movie's been out for a while, you know what I mean? But yeah, I did I pretty much helped out with the film quite a bit, low key. Not like a lot. I wasn't like a main person or anything, but when they did a bunch of interviews out in the States, I drove them around LA quite a bit. They're all cool guys. I made a song. Oh, from the Bandcamp? Okay, cool. That's what we do. Next one we know from the Bandcamp. Yeah, because I remember I donated to their Indiegogo back in the day, so I was curious to see if they were like gonna update that or something. But yeah, from the Bandcamp makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I helped them out like when they visited the States to do interviews and stuff. I like drove them around LA for like a day and stuff like that. Hey,
new merch order from Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. If you're watching, let me know. I appreciate you. I'll pack your order. But yeah, I drove around LA like from
new merch order from Daniel.
Is it the same person or is it two separate Daniels? If it's two separate Daniels, that's crazy. Oh, that's trippy. Oh, I think it might have just been the code goofed up and did it twice. So I only see one Daniel. I know there's been moments where like I've gotten orders and I'll check the Shopify logs, like order, and they're like, it'll be like 5 orders from like the people of the same name. So it'd be like 5 Erics will all buy at the same time, and I'm like, dude, what are the odds? You know what I mean? Like pretty much like 5 people indistinctively named Eric across the US were all like, right at this moment is the time I need to buy this album. You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy how the world works. But yeah, again, I helped drive them around LA. Like I think I didn't pick them up from LAX. I don't think. I picked them up from their hotel. We did a quick interview over by one of like the most famous skate parks in LA. It's like over in like Culver City area. Jeff Cesare has a bunch of clips there and stuff. So I did an interview there, and then I drove them from there all the way to Orange County to meet up with Data Girl and Nano Shrine. They got interviews. Yeah, so pretty much I just helped them out. And then the next day, I took them to like a super sick jazz show with Frank Jabsy, and it was a good time. Yeah, so there was a good day or two, like 48 hours where I helped the Nobody Here team. And then on top of that, too, when after like COVID and stuff, and they like lost a bit of funding, they're like, hey, we're looking for people to like help make music to like sell a tape to like get some funding for the movie. And I did a song. I did like a cover. So essentially I flipped the same sample as Uniwall and like flipped it in a very similar way. So like a future funk cover, which is kind of crazy to say, but yeah, I covered one of Uniwall's songs for their like compilation tape to like get some more funding for the movie. So yeah, I'm excited for it to come out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be in a movie technically. I tell my mom, like, Mom, I'm in a movie. But Seth says I'm moving to San Diego next month. Hey, dude, that's sick. Have you had Kolima's before? There's a place out there called Kolima's, Colima. It's like my favorite Mexican food place in the entire world. It's so good. Last time I was in San Diego, I went there like twice in the same day. Because I just love. So you got to go to Kolima's when you get out there, dog. And everyone says nice jazz. Yeah. It was a super sick show. Have you heard of Kiefer Roses? They're like they're a piano player. They're on Stones though, so they do make like more hip hop inspired jazz, but they're a straight jazz player. They even teach like jazz lessons and stuff. What's it called? Kiefer happened to be playing a show that night at one of like the Low End Theory, no longer Low End Theory, but it's called Scenario 808. They had Kiefer play a set there, and it was like packed. Like it was so packed, Roses, that like pretty much just as like maybe an 80-person bar, right? But because Kiefer, like, you know, crushes it, and like it was like a more busy night. I don't know, everyone, there's a lot of Kiefer fans, but like literally, like you couldn't walk around. And like if this is like the trash can, this trash can is like the bass player, because it was so packed, I had to like stand right here while the bass player played. So the bass player was like right in front of me like this, just, you know what I mean, just playing bass and stuff. And I was standing this close to him just because like there were so many people in the room. So yeah. And what was a little funny is so I think the name is Chris, but after a while, I don't know the real names because, you know, we're all like internet people, but I think it was Chris. I ended up calling him like, dude, you call yourself Mr. Nobody. But because he was like the actual filmmaker. Kiefer at the very end of his set was like, okay, we got one song left, and then he was like, yeah, let's go. And he was like, fuck you, why are you having my sets over? And he was like, no, that's not what I meant. And he had to go up to Kiefer afterwards and be like, dude, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to be mean. He was like, oh no, my bad, I was kind of fucking with you, I didn't know that you took me seriously. He's like, yeah, no, I felt so bad. But yeah, Rose says, oh no, but I'll check out, sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Kiefer is like one of my favorite artists. I have like a few other albums on CD. Yeah, I don't know, they're really, really good. And Ramuni says, I may be going to an all vinyl DJ set this weekend. Never been to a vinyl set, so I'm very excited if I could see it through. The clips I see online are mind-blowing. Oh, it's sick, Ramuni. That should be a lot of fun. Is it gonna be one of those, like, are they scratching and everything? Or is it more just like a vinyl set, like a, excuse me, are they just playing like DJing with vinyl? Either one's pretty sick, because vinyl sets are pretty dope. Because vinyl DJs, I feel like, are kind of like, they're built different. Like both in terms of like their song selection and their taste. But somebody else says Lamau. I know, right? Yeah, I felt so bad for him. Especially because they're all from the UK. So he was also like kind of already like fish out of water. So he was like, no. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get beat up in downtown LA. You know what I mean? But yo, Delete the World, good to see you, dog. How you doing? I know I owe you a reply, but I've been so busy, dude. I was up till like 9 a.m. last night packing orders. But how you doing, man? Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but Delete the World is actually the buddy that I was like playtesting their game for a little bit. I owe them so many things, dude. I owe them so many things. But yeah, they're making a super sick visual novel. Actually, I think didn't it just go up on Steam for wishlist? Delete the World. Glad you're doing awesome. I wishlisted it. Yeah, if y'all are visual novel players, everybody watching, look up Delete the World. Oh my god, look up Delete the World. They just went live on Twitch. I played it. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. The music's dank on it too. But Ramuni says, hoping for some scratching. I'm unsure. A DJ collective will be playing, so it almost adds some suspense and eagerness, further inciting me to go. Okay, sick. Yeah. Either way, you're gonna have a good time, Ramuni. Because vinyl sets are a lot of fun. I don't know if Zaku's still watching, but Zaku can attest to that. Zaku's a big vinyl DJ guy, like as a DJ and like a listener. And Delete the World says, you don't owe us anything, and yes, it's live. Okay, cool, sick. Yeah. If any of y'all are visual novel people, let me know. I can figure out how to send it out to like the chat or something. Or you just look up Delete the World on Steam. Either one. But in case, no, I'm glad that I finally ran out of all like the warehouse CDs. I'm not glad, but I am glad because now we will have like hours of video evidence of me signing every single one of these CDs. So no one could ever be like, you didn't sign it. Like, bro, you could literally watch all the VODs of me signing every CD now, you know what I mean? But Delete the World says, it's good to see and hear you, man. Hey, you too, dog. And well, I guess, talk to you. But I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, today's been kind of crazy because I like had to stay up super late to catch up on music stuff. But so I just woke up like around like 2 hours ago. But other than that, dude, I've been living, trying to survive, keeping my head up. I hope you've been doing good too, Delete the World. Let me know if so. Boom. But yeah, Roses, this is the Animal Crossing song you're talking about. It is like a, I know we were talking about it last time, I already explained it, but it is like kind of like a slight interpolation on like a Animal Crossing song. I forgot which one though, but yeah. But other than that, low-key, I don't know if y'all, cozy song, oh, thank you, Roses. I don't know about y'all, but my Instagram feed has been a lot of just like I Showed Speed clips of him in Africa. And that's been super cool. Because like, the thing is that like, I know, I mean, maybe it's like a slight like, oh, we have to go all the way there, but you know, sometimes I have friends that like, I love to travel, I'm going to Japan, I'm going here, I'm going to Europe. And I'm like, you should go to Africa. And they're always like, okay. You know, like, no, dude, like, you should go to Africa. I'm telling you. And like, I think people just look at me as like, well, it's because you're black, so like, that's why you want to go. And I'm like, no, actually, you should go. I'm not just because of that. So it's been nice to, you know, now I can be like, look at I Show Speed. Like, Africa is so sick, dude. Like, that's the thing is that I remember, real quick, Delete the World says, yep, I'm about to go out and eat some za. Hey, dude, enjoy your za, dude. Go to Pizza Times too if you can. And I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, dude. I'll catch you around, dude. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you. But like, dead ass, I went to South Africa when I was, I forgot when. 2019, I think. But the thing is that I remember going to like one of like the fanciest malls I've ever been to in my life in South Africa. And in the mall, they had a Fortnite competition for the kids and stuff. And I was like, dang, this is so sick. Oh, Delete the World, peace, dude. But it's just been nice to see like I Show Speed be like, bro, like Africa is so cool. I'm like, dude, I know. It's just like actual video evidence of like someone going to like every country and being like, this place is so sick. And it's like, yes, I'm not crazy. Everyone should go to Africa, dude. If you can afford it, it should be on the top of your to travel to list, in my opinion. And Simply Deos has been seeing them on Twitter here and there, and honestly, not bad. He's been having the time of his life out there. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. And it's been cool too, because he's been going to like the more like, you know, safari type of places, but he's also been showing off like the cities. Like he was showing off like Ethiopia and like how like the, you know, like it looks like LA. You know what I mean? Like how many like big ass buildings and stuff there are. And Rosa says, respect how he went from reckless dreams to genuinely exploring an effort for his fans in the process. I know, right? Yeah. It's so beautiful to see. I love to see it. I don't know. That's what inspires me these days, is like stuff that like they're doing. Some of it is kind of like, okay, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Some of it is I'm kind of like, okay, this is meant for 7-year-olds. But a lot of the stuff that they do is just like I feel like the world is healing, you know what I mean? Type of stuff. So yeah. But so I'm getting lots of those. That's really cool. And then I forgot if I mentioned this, but what's super random is because me and I know this is gonna sound so weird, I'm sorry y'all, but because me and Ariana Grande are astrology twins, like our charts are very similar, I'm always like, I followed her on Instagram after I learned that, and like so now I'm like, because I follow her, I get all the Instagram reels that are like, did you see that Ariana did this thing? And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person, but fuck it. But so big news, Ariana Grande has brown hair now. Which is kind of like, but it was on my Instagram reels. I wrote that down. That's the only reason why I saw Wicked too, because I had no interest in watching Wicked, but then when I found that out, I was like, I guess I gotta watch Wicked. And then I was like, actually, that's kind of good. Dun, 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 dun. But what else happened? I think that's I think that might be. I don't know, I'm just looking through my. Sometimes I just take screenshots and I'm like, oh yeah, I should talk about this on stream. You know what I mean? That's also like another hack. If you ever like, I guess anyone who's watching who wants to try streaming and you're ever like, what should I talk about? Honestly, I just be screenshotting stuff that I see on Instagram. I'm like, I could talk about this at some point. And then yeah, that's how I know about my Ariana Grande. It's just crazy. It's not even that I'm like embarrassed to say that. It's just like, literally me a year ago would be like, why would you ever care about that? You know what I mean? It's more of a personal past me is like, me in the past, going back to being 4-dimensional, me in the past is like, bro, what? Why are you talking about that? Why do you care? But yeah. But life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Oh yeah, another thing that's interesting too is that like, I think we were talking about last time, but like U-Haul, I guess Arizona was like one of the most one-way places. And it's funny because I was one of the people last year that took a one-way U-Haul to Arizona. So I was like, oh shit, I'm a statistic. You know what I mean? But then literally I saw another study that was like, more people are leaving Arizona than coming in. And I was like, well, okay, who's correct? You know what I mean? Who's correct? Because like literally there's like two different sources that say different things. I guess technically U-Haul just didn't necessarily claim people are moving here. They were saying they're taking one-way U-Hauls. Maybe it's like shipping companies that are like, oh, we just need a U-Haul for some weird reason to move some stuff out there, but we're going back home after. So I take it back. Maybe I read too much into the data. But yeah. What's going on? Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking for. Okay, cool. And because I was up till like 9 a.m. last night, actually, there was a bunch of things I watched on YouTube I want to talk to y'all about. I was like, oh shit. Dun, 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 dun. Do y'all like Papo 2004? Do we got any Papo 2004 fans out here? There's an artist that Newport got me into called Papo 2004. And they make really, really sick music videos. Like if I were to ever make music videos, I want to do them like Papo. But essentially what he does is I think he just got like himself a little like point and shoot camera from the 2000s. And he films all of his music videos on them. And they're just hella funny, cool edited and stuff. And he could spit. But yeah, so I was watching the new Papo 2004 music video. Pink Pantherish dropped a music video for Stateside with Zara Lawson. That was really cool. It's crazy to see how like Pink Panthers went from like bedroom producer to like straight pop star. Like that pipeline was kind of wild. I'm a huge Pink Panthers fan. But like part of me is still like, oh yeah, she's just some girl from the UK making drum and bass beats. And now she's like, no, actually I'm like one of the biggest pop stars of all time. It's like, oh shit. How did that happen? I don't know if y'all ever saw the meme. Where I guess she like had a house party once. And I guess someone like leaked the address to like the house party she was having in LA. And it was like her birthday or something. I don't know, I saw like a clip of it through like a Pink Panthers fan page. And so yeah, I guess she had like a birthday party at some house. Either she owns it or like it was an Airbnb. But someone leaked the address. And then she started asking me like, hey, how'd you find out about this party? And they're like, oh, like, you know, I got the address from this phone. And she was like, oh, hell no. She's like, this is my birthday party. Everybody get out. Like, who the hell, which one of my friends leaked the address as if this was like a public party? That's crazy. And there was like a video of her, like later on in the night, someone comes to the house and they're like knock on the door. And she's like, you know, like in her pajamas, like, hey, sorry, the party's over, yada, yada. And the guy's like, oh, like, what do you mean? Like, come on, we drove out here, like, let's party. Like, you know, she's like, no, it's over. He's like, just let me come inside. And she was like, oh, this is my house. What the fuck are you talking about? So it was just funny to see her like switch from like, oh, sorry, to just like instant like, bro, what the fuck are you on? It was like a switch flipped. Like, wait, hold up. why am I arguing with you about coming inside of my house? You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, that happened. And then, oh, I watched all of speaking of all the streamers, I watched all of Kai Cenat's videos that they've been making. Actually, I mean, I might as well ask y'all. So I don't know if y'all seen it, but Kai Cenat pretty much made a channel called Kai's Mind, and essentially it's just like a journal, almost like a video journal almost, of like their whole like fashion making process and like all like the weird motivational thoughts they've been having. And in the video, he was like, everyone should make a mind channel where they just share what's on their mind. I guess this is what the stream is really for us, right? I feel like I already kind of do that here. But what do y'all think? Would y'all want to see the Groovy's Mind channel? But I kind of feel like it'd be redundant with the streams. But yo, Seymour Green, dude, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yo, I'm low-key new to your music and I heavily fuck with it, bro. I much respect. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that you're liking it, and I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, thanks for checking out and thanks for stopping by, man. I mean, it's cool to see you. How's your Thursday going, Seymour Green? Actually, speaking of that too. But yeah, I watched Kai Cenat's whole like I quit streaming. But actually, it wasn't I quit streaming. It was more like I quit letting myself be boxed into one category. And he's like, I want to clothes. And honestly, like some of the videos are like adorable. It's like little like, which I know is weird to say about another grown man, but pretty much it was like. That's weird. But the thing that's like kind of adorable is like there's one video he made where he's like, here's some clothes that I bought. It's just him showing off literally clothes that he bought. And he was like, I like this design a lot. It's just like a picture of like a shirt with some dogs on it. I was like, dude, what am I watching right now? This is too wholesome. But yeah, actually, I would recommend the Kai's Mind channel. I watched like all of it last night, except like the gym ones, because I was like, I don't know, I've never been. Are y'all into like watching people work out at the gym? I have like some friends that are like, bro, I gotta like watch this like my favorite gym influencer, but I don't get watching people at the gym. Because the gyms are already kind of an awkward place if you think about it. Like it actually took me a good month to be like, no, not a month, but like a good week to be like, working out in public is okay. You know what I mean? I don't know why, that was like one of my weird things that was like, this is awkward. I got over it really quick, but yeah, I think the gym's kind of a weird place. And everybody just says, I like watching food videos a lot these days, but not gym stuff. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah, food videos I think are kind of like goated. We still gotta do the cooking stream. I still want to do a cooking stream. I feel like we could go crazy in a cooking stream. But I have to figure out like a camera setup. I don't know, maybe once I move into my new apartment, which I'm gonna get the keys for tomorrow actually. So maybe I could set up like a cooking stream setup out there or something. Seth says they just had a euphoric game of Rivals competitive. Hey, dude, I'm glad to hear, man. Glad you experienced euphoria, your Rivals. Ramuni says, I think that people like Kai and Speed have fully replaced tween media, where we had Disney XD. Oh, you're stand, dude. And sitcoms like that, the new gens have streamers like them. There are so many parallels if you really think about it. It has its ups and downs in comparison, but it cannot be denied the lengths that they're going to push the boundaries of what their identities as streamers. I 1,000,000,000% agree with Ramuni. I never thought of them as like Disney XD, but you are completely correct, dude. Because a lot of people watching are like that exact age group, and like it has that similar vibe. And it's just kind of like funny if you think about it, because like iCarly was kind of like that. She wasn't Disney XD, but it was kind of like the, you know, tween thing, and iCarly's whole thing was that she was a live streamer, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like some crazy foreshadowing if you think about it. It's like crazy foreshadowing. But yeah, and they are going through some wild lengths to push their identities for sure. But I think it's kind of beautiful to see. You know what I mean? I think it's cool to see, I don't know, everyone explore and go outside the realms of what they want to be. Like, I'm personally kind of excited to do that at some point for Groovy. You know what I mean? Groovy Kaiju. Like, it's probably going to be a long time from now, but I still want to make like a little, like a Groovy Kaiju V-pad or something. I think that'd be kind of silly. Even if just for like the shits and giggles, but yeah. But as Skyr says, I don't get it either. I mean, like, if the whole channel is fitness, education, gym videos, it makes sense, but yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm not that big watch a gym content person. And real quick, not real quick, but Ramuni says, it's unfortunate the downfall of Tween Media directly parallels everything that came up with Dan Schneider, which, yeah, that was crazy to learn about that. Parents are more afraid than ever to allow their children to become child actors. The last real super successful child actor was Finn Wolfhard, and his claim to fame is far from the stuff Disney XD or Cartoon Network would put out. Yeah, exactly. True. Yeah, I think it's yeah, it's like one of those things that's good and bad. Because it's good that, like, I don't know, child acting is kind of just like a brutal thing to be under the age of 18 and just like work these crazy acting schedules and stuff. And like, I don't know, I just feel like there has to be something crazy going on. Like, I feel like it's a traumatic experience to be like a kid and have so many adults in your life like riding on your ability to do something when you're a child, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're like Drake or Josh, I mean, like, imagine being like 14 and like there's like literally teams of adults that are like, you need to do this good or else we're all like fired, or all, you know, our kids can't eat. Like, that's a crazy amount of pressure to put on someone that's like not even 18 yet. So yeah, so I think it's good maybe that we're not having as much child actors, but it's also bad because, yeah, then it's like, well, then what do the kids watch other than just like brain rot? You know what I mean? But Seth says, how do you name your tracks? All kinds of different ways. I've told this to like Roses a bunch, is that sometimes if like the song has like a certain melody, I'll like just name it off of what I think the melody is trying to say. So I have some songs that like Rainforest Friends to me sounds like save my friends from the rainforest. Like, that's like the melody. You know what I mean? And then some song like this one, I named it Will You Remember Me just because I felt like it was very melancholic and I felt very slow. And it was almost like the little like cute synth at the top. I think it very much sounds like almost like a cat, you know what I mean? Like a cat, like, hey, like, will you remember me? I don't know. It just gives me that vibe. And I don't know, sometimes it's silly. Sometimes it'll be something in the lyrics. I don't know, I let the songs speak to me, if that makes sense. Any sense at all, but yeah, I let the song name itself. Which is kind of a hot take, but yeah. It's a woo-woo take, but yeah, I let the songs name themselves. Oh, that's funny. That person that was like, oh, my car died, that was Delete the World earlier. That was like their voice. But yeah, and I saw, so being super business brained, I watched a video of this one guy, pretty much, there's a YouTube channel called Starter Story where he just like talks to people who like start businesses and like how they do it. And there's one guy, deadass, built like an AI tool to just like find trends on YouTube. And oh my God, my bad if I was yelling. I had like the noise cancellation on again. But yeah, this guy would just like deadass find like trends on YouTube with like an app he AI coded. And he was like, in order to find people to like use my app, what he would do is he would deadass just go into Discord servers, mute his mic, and just start using the app until people would ask, hey, what app is this? And he would then sell them on it after doing that. It's like the most like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, like marketing strategy, but he was like, yeah, bro, it fucking worked. Which is kind of like silly. He would just join voice channels and just start using the thing that he built until people would ask him what it was. I'm like, dude, kind of genius, but also kind of like, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? So yeah. And when he said, speaking of tween media, what was your favorite show at that age? I messed heavy with some Kicking It, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, On Deck, and iCarly. Yeah, I think. Oh, that's a good one. I think Drake and Josh, maybe. I like Drake and Josh a lot, dude. The Game Sphere. So yeah. Yeah, in terms of like live action tween media, I think Drake and Josh. Like iCarly was good, but like Drake and Josh was kind of like Drake and Josh, dude. You know what I mean? And I love that like Drake and Josh has like memes now of like the time when Drake didn't put the door on the treehouse. It's like its own meme. And the time when Josh's mom teaches him how to like talk to girls. I'm not gonna lie, I've dead ass tried that before. And I'm not gonna lie, it's dead ass words. But yeah, Josh's mom was just like, go up to a girl, give her a compliment, and just walk away. Don't try to like say anything more. It'll like drive her crazy on why you just even did it in the first place. And I've tried it once, I think. And, you know, it doesn't work all the time, but when I was like 16, I think it worked once or twice. I was like, oh shit. But Rosa says that's one way to get people mad. Yeah, exactly. Just go into like Discord servers and just start streaming stuff. Because yeah, a lot of Discord servers are like no self-promo. You know what I mean? So like to get around that, he pretty much just like waited until someone asked him without ever saying he was self-promoing. And Ramoni says, Drake and Josh have so much replay value, it's insane, which I guess is funny to say about that vein of shows, but every episode is a different trip. It holds up today's stuff. Yeah, it really does, dude. Back then, they were cooking, dude. And Rosa says, Victoria's Secret, Sam and Cat was stuff my sister saw, and I joined in. I was just a massive SpongeBob kid alongside other cartoons all the way until cable ran out. I feel that. Yeah, SpongeBob I was always into too. Yeah, I think I was always watching Cartoon Network. I was with the Cartoon Network first, with the exception of like Drake and Josh. But Assembly Dale says, don't know if these count, but Lab Rats, where they had Tyler Williams and from Everybody Hates Chris, brother, play one of the main characters. Kicking was up there too with Zeke and Luther. Remember, Zeke and Luther went crazy. Yeah, I don't think I remember Zeke and Luther. Did I watch Zeke and Luther? It doesn't sound familiar. It does, but it doesn't. Also, I found that my phone also finally made me a motherfucking upgrade to the new liquid glass iOS update, and it looks terrible. I'm so mad. Normally, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, it's new, it's different, I hate it. But like, this one actually is bad. Oh, I remember Zeke and Luther. Yeah, I maybe watched like 1 or 2 episodes of this. Oh, dude, Destroy, Build, Destroy. That was like, dude, Destroy, Build, Destroy is like the most ridiculous premise for a show with Andrew WK, dude. I would do Wipeout one hard too, yeah, but Destroy, Build, Destroy, dude. So every once in a while, I think back about that, and I'm like, who the fuck? Who was in like the Cartoon Network studio that was like, bro, these kids, all they need to do was watch people destroy stuff, build stuff, and destroy stuff. We'll call it Destroy, Build, Destroy. And they were like, you're a genius. You're getting a raise. You know what I mean? Like, the premise is so dumb, but it's so good. Suido says, I miss watching the new episodes of Wipeout when they came on ABC. That and Hole in the Wall. Hole in the Wall was pretty dang too, yeah. That was the perfect code. Yeah, exactly. They knew what they were doing. They knew kids too well, dude. They understood the mind of a child too well. What was your favorite Disney Channel original movie, Ren Mooney? Mine was Snow Dogs. I love Snow Dogs, dude. What about y'all? Simply Dale, Roses, you have a favorite Disney Channel original movie? High School Musical, all of them. What other ones are they? Camp Rock, Brink, Jump In, dude. The one with Corbin Blue, where he's the what's it called? Ramuni says, dumb makes money. The guy who named the Cars movie made like 6 figures off that one decision. That's sick, dude. Yeah, it really does. It's funny too, because it's like either like they're so big brain they understand that dumb makes money, or they're so dumb that they just happen to fall into the money. You know what I mean? It's like never like the in between. It's like either like you're lost in the sauce, or like you understand the sauce too well. If that makes sense. But Rosie says, anyone heard of America's Funniest Home Videos? That was like a small exposure to the internet as a kid, and it was so fun. Oh yeah, America's Funniest Home Videos was like sick. I remember watching it with my parents before like internet videos really were a thing. And then eventually it became like a ridiculousness. But somebody else says Lemonade Mouth. I don't think I watched Lemonade Mouth. Yeah, speaking of it not being popular. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I watched it as a what's it called? Watched it growing up. I might have. Roses doesn't have a favorite Disney Channel original? Oh, dang. Yeah. Some of them are like kind of good. Remember when he says Disney gotta go sky high? Yeah, I remember when they were making like remember when it's funny, it was the first time I think I faced like movie disappointment. Because I remember as a kid being like, oh, they're making like a superhero movie, this is gonna be so sick. And then I remember when it dropped, I was like, it was okay. I remember being disappointed in Sky High. But the premise of Sky High is pretty sick. Like Sky High is definitely like A tier, in my opinion. But it's not a bad choice. But I remember I just thought Sky, I don't know, maybe I got myself too hyped on Sky High when it was being like teased and stuff on Disney Channel back in the day. Ramuni agrees that Ramuni agrees that Lemonade Mouth is good. Hell yeah. Somebody else says America's Funniest Home Videos will start all the reaction videos hands down. Exactly, yeah. And the start of ridiculousness. RIP ridiculousness. The RIP MTV too, Ramuni says. This video says that show got canceled and Catfish got canceled. Channel ain't worth watching no more. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, like Ramuni said, didn't MTV get like just stop entirely? Or they stopped airing music videos, that's what they did. MTV doesn't show music videos anymore, that's what happened. They only show like reality TV, Jersey Shore kind of stuff now. I'm not gonna lie, that's another one of the things that, like, if I'm keeping it real, during high school I watched Jersey Shore. I never would admit it, but to my friends, but yeah, I was watching like every episode of Jersey Shore. I don't know why, but I was so into it back when I was in high school. Ramuni says, yep, music video is what made them great. I think Vivo and YouTube really curbed their ability to be front runners in that type of content. Yeah, they really did, dude. They really did. Yeah, because like, I don't know, personally, I feel like in general, dude, the whole world is gonna go like back to, because like if you think of, I don't know, this is super random hot take, but I feel like especially with like media and entertainment, especially now we have AI and stuff, I mean, unfortunately, like the world when it first started, like if you wanted to like get like shoes somewhere, you'd go to a shoesmith. Like you'd go to the guy who made shoes. There wasn't like Nike, there wasn't like big brands. You just went to the guy that made shoes if you wanted shoes. If you wanted a sword, you went to the sword guy. If you wanted like milk, you went to the guy with the cow farm. You didn't go to like Fairlife. You know what I mean? And I feel like everything turned into like big business corporations. And I feel like as like AI and stuff, like now that we have the ability to distribute things through the internet and stuff, I feel like we're going to start contracting back into our niches. Because like pretty much we used to have niche stuff, like the niche shoe guy, because the niche shoe guy couldn't like make Nike. There was no like way for him to expand his shoe empire all over across the world. But now that we can like have the internet to like really just niche down to what we want, I think we're all going to kind of contract back into being like, oh, like, you know, like what you just said, like you're the guy who makes music videos specifically for classical reggae. You know what I mean? Just something that doesn't even make sense, but there's gonna be like a small set of people like, I specifically want these kind of music videos, and that's the one guy that makes them. And there isn't like some mass appeal to it, and there's not supposed to be, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I say that to say that like I feel like YouTube eventually gonna take over, because like NBC can't manage like a billion shows, like or like, you know, ABC or MTV, they can't manage a billion different music videos and artists and stations and TV shows. Like they're just gonna do like, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I think eventually they'll go like, I think they'll end up turning into like helpers for the individual people, but I don't think they're actually gonna produce their own stuff at some point. It'll all just be like creators. But I don't know. But somebody else says, a guilty pleasure. I'd be like that sometimes. You get sucked in, it keeps you wondering. Yeah, exactly. I feel like Jersey Shore was like a masterclass in like how to like end a TV show and like make you hyped for the next one, because they would always end it on like some really good cliffhanger. Like anime cliffhangers are pretty good, but Jersey Shore cliffhangers were like a different breed, dude. You know what I mean? Like there's been some anime I've watched where I was like, that cliffhanger was so good I have to watch the next one. Jersey Shore, every episode was like that. But Rosa says, this conversation made me realize greed is why these things change so much. Even if some stuff back then still wasn't good, the way people started making YouTube videos as an example, from a hobby to try to attempt something big. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Roses. Like I think Mr. Beast might be the exception to the rule a little bit. But even then, if you think about it, like you know, Mr. Beast isn't all of YouTube. Like he's a pretty decent chunk of it, but like, you know what I mean? There can only be like one or two Mr. Beast. And then like it's gonna be all the smaller creators, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. We have to find out like the viewer distribution graph, but I would assume like maybe Mr. Beast owns like 1% and the other like 99 is like every other creator. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think like at some point all these like big media companies are gonna have to like just start kind of like music labels, like, yeah, and you know, I hate to say it that way, but like a music label, all they really do is like help you like produce merch and like market stuff. And I feel like eventually like NBC and stuff would be like, oh hey, like, you know, I started my YouTube series and I partnered with NBC to help get it out there and stuff like that, rather than like NBC themselves trying to like produce it. I mean, sip and dip. I just teleported backwards. Oh, sick! Hell yeah! My guardian angel did it for me, dude. My guardian angel saved me from something I didn't even know about it. But good to see you, Sip and Dip. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Thursday going? But Remuni says, yep, however, time is a circle, and now few microclients are the very rich. Custom tailored items are a luxury today. One of the only ways to stand out from the bubble of big brand culture. I'm glad websites like Fiverr and Etsy exist for the purpose of that type of product service exchange. Yeah, exactly, Remuni, yeah. Yeah, I feel like part of the reason why, you know, people built shoe empires is because when you control so much scale, you can make things so much cheaper. So it became more accessible to everyone. So getting something custom became a luxury. But especially I think, particularly for the internet, where like, you know, like this video right now is just a bunch of ones and zeros. You know, like you don't need, like, you know what I mean? For the most part, like it could be infinitely duplicated. You know what I mean? Without like having to actually only for like less than a light bulb's worth of electricity. You know what I mean? So because of that, I think, I guess what I'm mostly speaking to is, you know, digital things. Things will become more and more custom. But to your point, like Fiverr and Etsy, I think are like the beginning signs of like, at some point, everyone's gonna be like, oh, hey, like I want a new computer wallpaper. Let me just go on Fiverr and hire the wallpaper guy on Fiverr. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I mean, me and Ramuni are on the same boat. And yo, Korean dude or W's, man, how you doing? How's that shiny Porygon? I know I ask you every time. I bet you know if you're ignored me asking about the shiny Porygon, but I want to be hyped when you get it. Hey, Ramoni says 100%. I'm glad to hear, dude. Yeah, we're on the same vibes. We're on the same, like, worldview on this topic. Hell yeah. But Sip and Dip says, I'm good, dude. Looking for genres to make an OC of mine. Like, it's hard to not make him just like things I like, honestly. Though I found some Quiet Storm, and I'm telling you, it's great. When you say OC, do you mean like visual OC? Like in art? Because here's the thing, Sip and Dip, low-key, I don't know, because me and Ramuni are on our like worldview thing. Have you read the book Steal Like an Artist? But I think his name's like Austin Kleon. I think I wouldn't be, yeah, it's kind of like a fine line between like copying and like, you know what I mean, like, oh, being inspired and stuff. Like, it's definitely a very fine line, but it's something that, you know, I don't know. Still like the art, the premise is pretty much that like all art is inspired by something. Like, art in itself is like a conversation amongst all artists, and I wouldn't be too worried about like if it looks too much like something else, because like, I don't know, I'm also like a sample-based artist, so like, you know, maybe don't listen to me, but I don't know, I just to me personally, like you're gonna be inspired by so many different things, and even if you're like heavily inspired by something, like your take on it might have sometimes it'll have stuff that you don't even realize like what's going on in the background, if that makes sense. Like you wouldn't think, like, for example, a good example I think is like, if I don't know if you're familiar with Saint Pepsi, but Saint Pepsi, one of my favorite songs of them is called Better, and it's literally a Whisper sample, very little done to it, but just the way they like mix and mastered it and added the kick to it, like I would listen to Better over the Whisper song because it just to me means something different, even though it is like a very heavily copied thing, but their influence comes through in it and like ways you can't even put the words sometimes. So like I would just say you make what you want to make, sip and dipped, and like as you keep, I mean, again, I personally think all art is coming from somewhere. As you just keep like copying and learning and getting inspired, so on and so forth, eventually your style is going to become completely original on your own. But there's nothing wrong with like, you know, taking bits here and there, and even if it is heavily sampled from now or heavily copied for now, eventually you're going to find your path. Another good quote I like is John, I don't know if it's from John Wayne, but one of my favorite artists is named John Wayne. He says you have to imitate before you innovate. So you have to imitate something before you can innovate something. So I think, I don't know, I feel like any kind of art, like part of step one is trying to like pull heavily from something, and then eventually you're gonna pull heavily from something else, and eventually you're gonna get your own thing. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's helpful. I don't know. I hope, my bad, I just totally went like big bro. I went unk mode for a second, but yeah. Yeah, I hope that's helpful, Simpson Dip. But Skyer says, I just wish I didn't have to pay hundreds for a half-decent shoes, boots that also look decent. I feel that, yeah. Yeah, shoes can be expensive, dude. But, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a boots guy. I always wear skate shoes. I wish I had tips on that. Yeah, usually I just, for my skate shoes, too, I always get the clearance ones, dead ass. I was like, what black skate shoes are on clearance? Those are the ones I'm buying. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I'm also like not a big shoe guy because my shoes get so messed up from skating. I'm like, that's like the last thing when I'm buying clothes I'm like worried about, sadly, because I'm just like, I see them more as like disposable items, unfortunately. And the reason why I don't have like a nice pair of shoes is because I always forget. At some point, I'm always gonna be like, bro, let me hit a kickflip in my nice shoes, I don't care. So yeah. But Ramuni says, time to become a shoemaker. We gotta be the change you wanna see in the world. Hell yeah, Ramuni. Yeah, I wanna make all kinds of things. I wanna make a V-Pet game. I wanna own my own water store. I wanna sell water. And become like, you know, like the ones where you like bring your giant jug in. Because to me, I'm like, what are the economics? How do you run a business off of making like 25 cents per gallon of water? I don't understand. So I want to see how, I want to do that just to more be like, how the fuck does this make money? Sips and Dip hasn't read Steal Like an Artist, but they get that, and that's a good way to think about it. And by the way, sick camera, you got a little zombie. Hey, thank you for the kind words in the camera. I'm glad you're liking the view. And I'm glad to hear that's helpful. It's a good way to think about it. Yeah, because that's how I think about it. Even when I'm starting something new. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something new I started recently where I was like, I want to be like this. And then eventually you find your own thing. But yeah, but like something, I don't know, maybe you're like the one person that like happens to like the thing you made your OC based on, but you also happen to really like, I don't know, falafel. Just add falafel like the food. And for some reason you're like, oh, I want like my OC to be inspired by falafel in some way. Like you're the first guy to think to put those two things together. That's like really what it comes down to, I think. That's where like creativity kind of lies. Is like just bringing in multiple of your inspirations. And if you start off with just one, that's fine, I think. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Oh, that's a good way to think about it. But Korean Judah says groovy. Yeah, dude, I said what's up, man? What's up with the shiny Porygon Korean Duder? Oh, and Ramoni says you have to head out. Dude, have to get some cleaning. I have to do some cleaning too, dude. But thanks you for the good vibes, Ramoni. Thanks for chatting and always good to see you, dog. Thanks for stopping by. But Roses says, oh, Korean Duder's on a streak, hell yeah. Roses says, when I feel that way, I just go along with my ideas anyways and adjust it. Yeah, exactly, Roses. Yeah, Roses gets me. Yeah, even if you feel like you're copying something, it's like, bro, let me just keep going for it and, you know, follow the, for lack of better words, follow the dragon. See where it takes you. Somebody else says, I can make it better for you. Gotta love that album. Yeah, same. Hit Vibes is like perfection. I'm still so sad. I want to see St. Pepsi live again. Every time it's like a spiritual experience. Oh yeah. Cool. And then what else I want to tell you about? Oh, do y'all like Daydream Deluxe? The artist? Daydream Deluxe is super cool. Not only are they a good musician, but they have a YouTube channel too. And they made a YouTube video on Luxury Elite, the queen of Vaporwave. And they broke down like her whole like story and everything about how she met like 103 Point Never and was in like the same Facebook group with like Vectroid and stuff like that, and how like she ended up making her own music after like hanging out with them a bunch and being a fan, and then ended up becoming like one of the most important people in Vaporwave. Skyer says need to look into that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Daydream Deluxe, like, you know, you have a Daydream and then Deluxe, like a deluxe hamburger. And yeah, I don't know, if you just look up Luxury Elite, the queen of Vaporwave, it should pop up on YouTube. It's actually a really well researched and good video. Because of course Daydream just like asks Lux like, hey, what's your story? Like, what's the whole story? And Subidale says, yeah, it seems like I started making music again too. Yeah, I know, dude. Daydream Deluxe is the homie. All right, this marker's pretty much dead. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the most interesting thing from that video. Well, I mean, it's kind of funny that all this Vaporwave history is coming up at the same time now, but yeah, pretty much, I think 103 Point Never was the first Vaporwave song with the Nobody Here song. Nobody Here! And then, yeah, Vectroid and all them were all in the same Facebook group, and they all just started doing these like little silly chopped and screwed like soft rock songs, essentially. And that was kind of like the early genre before it had a name. And Lux was like, this shit slaps. But low key, if you really ask all the OG Vaporwave people who the first Vaporwave artist is, they all say 18 Karat Affair, dude. Because he was dropping like Vaporwave stuff back in like 2009. And like, didn't call it Vaporwave, but it was like the sound. And then everyone else was kind of like, yo, 18 Karat Affair, you kind of sick, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah. You kind of nice, dog. And 18 Karat Affair was the first one to be like, gotta use 80s visuals for my album. So yeah, I mean, they kind of like low-key were planting the seeds. Damn. I have so many, I'm gonna say I gotta not reply. I feel bad, y'all, because I woke up so late. I have like a bunch of text messages from, I don't know, my whole life is all fucked up right now. Not like a bad way, but just like, yeah, I like pulled an all-nighter and it ruined my whole everything. But it's for the music. You know the Scott Pilgrim thing? Do it for the band. The band? Yeah, I forgot that quote, but gotta do it for the band, dude, the band. But oh yeah, so I watched that video. It was super sick. Luxury Elite OG. Yeah, I'm also very thankful. Lux is like one of my internet friends, and like we've hung out in person a bunch. In fact, actually, once Lux was staying in LA, and we had like not our like birthday party, but there was like we had a party for something, and like once we had like a party at my like actual apartment for Lux with all like the Vaporwave homies, and like we all just like DJ'd all night. And I lived in the hood, so it was pretty cool because it was like, because I lived in the hood, people would just like party till like 6 in the morning every day. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's one of the benefits is like when you live in the hood, it's like shit is scary sometimes, and sometimes stuff pops off and you're like, oh, just gotta keep my mouth shut. I didn't see anything. But when you have a party, no one's gonna say anything because everyone's also partying. You know what I mean? So it's one of the low-key benefits of it. Like no one ever makes a noise complaint because we're all partying. If it's Saturday, it's, you know, fair game. There's like a shared understanding that like loud music must be played at all hours from Friday to Sunday. So yeah, so pretty much it was like we were up till like 6 in the morning and just playing like 80s music, and Lux was just like, I love this song. So yeah. Rose is the power of music, yeah. It was some good times. And Somebody Dale says, Lowell, as long as you set the vibes right, ain't no one gonna want the music to stop. The thing that was funny about Somebody Dale is that, like, you know, it was like hood. So like nobody was like trying to hear like anime dance music. It was like, why aren't you playing Eazy-E and NWA and Vince Staples right now? You know what I mean? It was that kind of like hood. But what was funny though is my neighbors next to me, low key, like I think one of them had like a Demon Slayer thing. So they were kind of anime, but they were still very like, yo, like, you know, you say the wrong thing, we will have a problem type of people, you know what I mean? But it was just funny because I had everyone over, and in like all of our backyard was just like a fence between every apartment. And at some point, all my friends were in the backyard, and it was just like funny because they were having their own party too. So it was just a bunch of like super hood people in their backyard, and a bunch of like anime people in my backyard. And at some point, someone's like, bro, pass the blunt. And so then we all like, Loki started having like a hood and anime party. It was pretty funny. And I was like, and my neighbors were like, yo, man, like your friends are pretty cool. And I was like, hey. I did not expect that. I was kind of like, oh shit, my neighbors might be like, hey, turn that shit off. You know what I mean? But they're like, no, man, like, you know what? Like, this anime stuff ain't too bad. You guys share? That's cool. You know what I mean? They're like passing each other beers and stuff. It was hilarious. So it was just like, you know, hood, Southern California, and like people from like the Midwest all like getting along. It was like, oh wow. Yeah, like Rose, it's simply, you know, that is indeed the power of music, like Rose was saying, yeah. Music and partying, dude. It was a fun time. Definitely like a core memory. But yeah. What else I want to tell you all about? Oh yeah, I watched all of Kai's videos. That was cool. Yeah, one of them in Kai's Mind video. I don't know. I feel like this is because Kai in the video was like, you should make your own like Mind channel where you just say how you feel about life and stuff like that. But I feel like this is what this is, so I don't know. I don't really need one. But yeah, he had one video called Conversations with Chris, and it was cool is that he showed, I guess like this one guy showed Kai like his I don't know if it was like a clothing brand idea or like a music video idea or something. But the first thing he asked him was like, do you think that was the best you could do? And I was like, that's such a brutal question to ask an artist. That's crazy to ask somebody. But sipped and dipped. I'm heading out, y'all. Y'all are cool. I'm not one for streaming, so I may not be back. Have fun in time. Yeah, hey, no worries, dude. I know not everyone's into streams, but dude, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And it was cool to still see you around, dude. And it's always good to connect with new people and everything. So you're cool too, dude. And yeah, catch you around, dude. Thank you for the good luck on the stream and everything. I appreciate it. But yeah, Kai asked this homie, like, first question, is that the best you could do? Oh, dude, if I showed someone my music and that's the first thing they asked me was that the best you could do? I think I would cry. No, I wouldn't actually cry, but like I would die on the inside. I'd be like, because like I definitely put everything I can in my music, but like that's just like, I don't know. That's like such a like, it's a malicious question. You know what I mean? Because like you never know how it's either, you know, and it's your friend, so your friend's not gonna be like, damn bro, that's your best, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But it is just a good question to ask yourself. But also Kai's just in a whole different like world where like at this point he's not worried about like money, he's more worried about like the highest quality creative thing he can build. So but it's still just, I don't know, that question is like so loaded, dude. It's like, on that question to me is like when you ask a friend, does your mom know you're gay? You know what I mean? It's like, it's that kind of loaded. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit. Because, you know what I mean? Instinctively you want to be like, no, but if you say no, then you kind of, you know what I mean? But Asiblideo says, I'd have a voice crack on demand, no joke. Like, damn, I tried. Yeah, then it's back to the lab. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think there is like yeah, I think it depends on where you're at. That's another thing too. I learned from like marketing stuff. Crazy enough, but it kind of applies to life in general. But looking at and learning from people, you have to recognize like when they're saying stuff, like the mindset that they're in and like where they're currently at for them to want to say that to begin with before you even take anything they're saying seriously. Because like at the level that like I'm at, and I would say we're at Asiblideo, it's more important to release than to like make the best thing, which I know sounds like, oh damn, like you should pump out a bunch of slop. It's like, well, don't just put out a bunch of slop, but like, you know what I mean? Like at least give people enough so they can see the vision of like what you're going for, you know what I mean? And like they can understand what you're trying to go for. And then when you get to Kai's level, that's when you're like, okay, I'm gonna like become a jazz pianist and become an internationally touring DJ, and I want the visuals to be like, you know what I mean? Because at that point, all you can really do is like go up on creativity. You can't go up more on like money or business. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Because like a lot of times with like marketing stuff, people will be like, oh, like I saw that like, you know, Beyonce, like Kendrick Lamar surprise dropped GNX. I'm gonna do the same thing. And it's like, you know, bro, like Kendrick Lamar is on a completely different playing field than you are. And yeah, you might read articles about like how genius it was that Kendrick Lamar did that, but like they're playing a completely different game. You know what I mean? So like sometimes I feel like people get like caught up trying to like copy what they see like big artists and big companies stuff do. But like they're on a whole different playing field than like where you're at. So you have to kind of like consider like, well, okay, they're playing, you know, they're on a whole different like stadium. So like they gotta move differently than I would have to move. But at some point you would have to move how they do, but it's like now is not the time to do that. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. You gotta perfect your own craft before you try chasing a higher tier. Yeah, exactly. It's like we're playing checkers right now, but Kai's playing chess. Yeah, I mean, and not saying that like one's better than the other. It's just like they're two different games. You know what I mean? But they're similar. Like they got the same board, but it's two different games. You know what I mean? And like one's not necessarily better than the other. It's just they're two different games, man. Hell yeah. All right, so we got one more box of CDs to sign. Let's go. Ugh. But yeah, what else? One thing I mean, so again, I don't know this motherfucker, so maybe take it with a huge grain of salt. Maybe I'm in the parasocial loop right now. But I don't know, but just one thing that like also makes me a little sad, because I also know he's like younger than me. So maybe, I don't know, but again, I'm not mega beyond millionaire successful Kai, so what do I know? But one thing I am kind of like a little, I don't know, I hope I'm not right about this, but I know Kai right now is like trying to read, and the reason, like, read daily, books daily, and the reason why they say they're reading daily is because they want to articulate themselves better for when they explain their clothing brand to people. And the thing that scares me about that is that, like, I wonder how much of it is, because like if that's how Kai feels, I would assume he feels like people don't take him seriously, and they probably assume people don't take him seriously because of the way that he talks. You know what I mean? Which, if that's like his actual goal, and like that's, you know, if I'm understanding what he was saying correctly in like his Kai's Mind videos. But I hate to say it, but I bet it's less about the way that he talks or his stutter or whatever. It's more about just like what he represents, and like both from like a, oh, you're just a streamer, but also like, you know, how he looks. He's young African American, and I'm like, dog, these dudes in suits aren't going to take you seriously no matter how well you talk to them. You know what I mean? I've played these games before, you know, the Squid Games guy. So I'm like, nah, man, don't waste your time on these fools, because I don't know. I don't be looking for people's approval at this point. So I'm like, I'm gonna look like how I look like. And if you can't take me seriously, that's your loss. You know what I mean? I don't know. Y'all ever feel that way? Y'all ever be like, that's their loss? That's been like that's one of my catchphrases lately. Like, that's their loss. But yeah. Rosa says, "Yep, I agree." All right, sick, Roses. Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, Ron. I'm glad you're feeling what I'm putting down, or picking up what I'm putting down, however the phrase goes. But yeah. And Simply Dale says, "I'd say way more what he represents. Like if he was going up to high executives and they know him from being streams, and all they would already know what kind to expect, but by him trying to better himself, he'll add a good surprise factor." I think so, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna hurt him. Like it'll definitely help. I agree, Simply Deo, but I don't think it'll solve the problem though. I guess that's where I'm trying to. I think that's where I'm trying to like. I think that's what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. Because like, I don't know, it goes back to like I don't know, maybe again, what do I know? I'm not a multi-millionaire streamer guy like the guy is, but it goes back to like, if I don't know, if someone doesn't want me in their club, like I don't know, I think growing up I've tried to like mold myself to like, you know, fit in and stuff like that. Now I got really good at fitting in, but at the end of the day, like if they don't want you in the club, there's nothing you can really do to actually accept them as if you were there from the beginning, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing you can do to make them treat you as if they wanted you there from the beginning. There you go. That's what hope that makes sense. Because like, I highly doubt someone's gonna be like, oh, what? Oh my god, Guy speaks more intelligent now? Damn, we should really get behind him. You know what I mean? Like I highly doubt that was like the one thing they were like, oh. I don't know. What do I know? And then there's another YouTube channel. I don't know if you watch this, Simply Dale, but I know you see code stuff, but there's a YouTube channel called Fireship, and they essentially just do videos on like, on like tech news and like, but programmer news, like not even like, you know, like Google is this new, like actual like, yo, this JavaScript framework is like coming out tomorrow type news. And they did like another, and they're really funny about it, but they did another predictions video. Oh, and I found out they actually live in Arizona, which is kind of funny. Like one day I'm gonna run into them and be like, oh shit, you're Fireship. But anyways, what's it called? He did a video for his predictions for 2026. And what's kind of crazy is that, like, as someone who's like really into it, he's like, yeah, like, you know, the AI bubble looks like it could pop, but at the same time, like looking at how investments are going and stuff, like some of the investments, they won't really know whether or not it's time to pull out for like at least another year or two. So yeah. My super random, but my hot takes, I think the AI bubble will pop in 2028, if I had to guess. So I think we got 2 more years of them trying to shove AI down our throats. Somebody says, ooh, I'll check him out. Yeah, dude. He's hella funny. He just talks about like all like recent code news and stuff. It's pretty funny. Yeah, 2028 is what I'm predicting. AI bubble will pop. Super random. Not that we need the news on New York Times tomorrow. Groovy Kaiju predict. But not that it matters, but yeah. So it says, the way things are going, it's even sooner, but that's a good range. Yes, that's the thing, is that like, I want to be wrong. I hope it ends sooner, but just based on my views of the world and stuff, and like, you know, I think they're not gonna like give up on it that easy. And you know, it's already kind of like showing bad signs, but like, for example, they even started building all the new AI data centers that they were supposed to be building and stuff like that. So like, you know what I mean? Like that, they have to at least start getting kicked in the teeth from that before they really are like, okay, actually let's pull out for real. You know what I mean? Because they just signed deals that they have to like see through, at least for a little bit. They can't like walk them back like yesterday. But I don't know, maybe they will. I don't know, who knows. Whoa. Whoa. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah. And then what else? I think it's all the YouTube stuff I want to watch. I also watch more videos on like, again, I'm not like a big fitness guy, but I do watch here and I don't know, I've been really into like learning about body fat percentages, but I'm not like watching people like work out at the gym. That's not my thing. But what else I want to tell you all about? Dun 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 dun. Oh, did I ever explain to y'all? Oh. And the Simply Dale says, yeah, there's going to be a point where they'll probably try to backtrack on these deals after seeing things fall apart. Exactly, yeah. That's the thing, is that like really is, I think at this point it's just about like predicting when they'll be like, okay, actually we need to backtrack. Like it's like very much like predicting the loss fallacy of like how long can they like, you know, like the idea of like loss fallacy of like just because you put some money into these things doesn't mean you should just keep putting more into it. Because it's like a human like logic failure is that like if we feel like we've like given $5 to somebody, then like if they ask for another 5, we're better off just giving them the other 5 than to actually just say no, because we've already invested, so we don't want to like let go of like whatever we've invested into. So I think there's a bit of like, we're really just trying to predict like when will all these AI people finally be like, hey, look, actually, it's time. Yeah, we gotta stop putting more money into this thing. We're losing more money by putting more into it. Yeah, exactly, Skyer. Basically, it's how long can they keep shoveling money into a burning hole? Exactly. And I think that answer is 2 years from now. I think they got 2 more years of money to shovel until eventually they're like, okay, actually, this ain't working out. But yeah, I don't know if I ever told y'all my online name, Torch2424. I've always had that name since I was like 6. And the reason why it's named that is because my imaginary friend when I was like a kid, from like 4 to like 5, was named Torch. It was like a dragon named Torch, like Dragon Tales dragon, Loki. And then when I was a kid, when I was 6, I did like, I didn't have the imaginary friend anymore, but I still was like, hell yeah, Torch is my guy. So I named my online name Torch. And then my favorite number at the time was 24, and my kid brain was like, why not 24 twice? So that's how I became Torch2424. Rosa says that's cool. Hey, thank you, yeah. And the lore drop, yeah, no ID, yeah, for real. So it was all, yeah. But yeah, I've been that my whole life since I was like 6 years old. My Nipple Story character, my Pokemon forums username, always been Torch2424. So when I started doing like Groovy Kaiju and stuff like that, that's why where I got a little like confused, because I had all these different artist aliases, and I was like, fuck, I need just one. And I was like, dude, I've always been Torch. So I'm trying to like stick with that, but also like Torch2424 is like not a fucking artist name. You know what I mean? So I can't do that. But I know it bites me because like sometimes people like will tag Groovy Kaiju rather than like Torch2424, which to be fair is like, why the fuck would my name be Torch2424 if they just got the CD? But I feel like, I don't know, Tyler the Creator Instagram name is Felicia the Goat. But then again, Tyler the Creator is playing chess. I'm still playing checkers. Skyer says you could be like Halle Labs, be one person with 20 plus aliases. That's why I feel like I'm headed, dude. I need to start just like putting everything under one name. But I guess, I don't know. If I'm keeping it real, my fear with that was always like, I wouldn't want to like just be all over the place. Which like, I mean, there's like pros and cons to doing that. Because like if you're all over the place, then like people get to see more sides of you and they might be into it. But you might also like alienate people who aren't into that side, you know what I mean? So it's like expectations kind of, I don't know. I think about this, I don't know, one day I'll figure it out, I think. That or all, eventually I think I'll probably even merge everything under Groovy Kaiju at some point. Yeah, what else I want to bring up with y'all? Oh yeah, learning how to master for vinyl was kind of crazy. I have like a template now whenever I make vinyl masters of my music. But I think going forward, what I want to do is I want to start, but it just takes so much time. But I want to start doing because like the hard part about mastering for vinyl is that like, it's so expensive to get a test pressing. And like, you know what I mean? Because they have to like film the actual thing. So I think I'm going to start like, when I make, like whenever I make Monster Save 1 vinyls, I think I want to get like a lath cut made first. So like they actually like have a machine that like drills in the actual vinyl rather than using a plate to stamp it. and listen to that, and then order the stamped version. Because like when you master for vinyl, it's like a whole different ball game, dude. I know it's very like music technical, but it's like, how can I best explain this? It's like being a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and then like they're like, hey, you have to join this Magic Gathering tournament, and you'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, what I mean. It's like, can I even play Magic first? Like, no, you can't even play Magic first. You have to just enter your first game and just hope you win. It's like, what? But Squidward says, love your music, been listening to VTech a bunch. Hey, thank you, Squidward. I appreciate it, Squidward. But thanks for listening to VTech, dude. I'm glad to hear that you like it. Yeah, Tupperwave went crazy on VTech. Tupperwave and I. In fact, I can talk about that. No ID says lol. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, Tupperwave. Actually, I probably should talk about VTech. I haven't think about this. So yeah, so VTech came about because I was such a big Tupperwave fan, dude. And like especially during like the pandemic, I was like talking to Tupperwave a bunch. And Tupperwave was like, bro, Groovy, I love your stuff too. So eventually we worked on VTech together. What was cool is the sample on VTech, of course, is cleared because I was the one that found the sample, and I was like, Tup, like if we use the sample, I can clear it, and like, you know, the only difference is that like the sample owners get about like 20% of all revenue. Oh, I never signed these. Oh my god. So yeah, so me and Tup would get 40 of each. But here's a trippy thing. Speaking of that, and one thing I'm like, I really hope this doesn't bite me one day. But Tupperwave went TikTok viral, so hopefully Tupperwave's not sure about money. But yeah, when I released the song, Tupperwave was like, nah, man, you could just, you know, it's just easier if you don't split it with me. I was like, are you sure, dog? And he was like, nah, man, I refuse to give you my DistroKid email. So I was like, damn. So VTech, Tupperwave was like, bro, you could just have it. And I was like, okay. And I've offered him like multiple times since we've released it. Like, yo, man, can I send you money? He's like, no, Tup, please. But I mean, his kindness paid off, I think, because like his My Lucky Star song went like super viral. So not that, you know, I still feel like I owe him, even though he's always told me no. But you know what I'm trying to say. But you found Tupperwave during COVID too. That's sick, dude. But yeah, I even have like the screenshot from Twitter still of Tupperwave being like, "No, man, it's all good." I'm like, "Are you sure?" But anyways, so I found the sample. I like did the original chops to it, and then I sent over the Tupperwave, and Tupperwave added. I think the snare was Tupperwave's decision, and I think the kick sound was Tupperwave's decision, and I had like Tupperwave. Some of the chops are Tupperwave, some of the chops are me. I did the I forgot what chop I'm trying to explain the chop. I'm trying to play the song in my head. But the big switch up, that was Tupperwave's decision. Tupperwave was like, yo, this needs to switch up. And I was like, oh shit. And I think he added the car. No, I think I added the car crash sound. But I was the one that chose the intro where it's like somewhere in Southern California, like the news reports. But you know, Tupperwave added the, you know how it goes into like a bup, 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 and it has a little. Tupperwave found that like it's like a radio tuning sound that Tupperwave found. So essentially, it's like you're like, you know, listening to the news and like you turn the radio, and it goes like bup, 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 and it's supposed to be like a radio, like because that's like the original sound, and then like the beat drops and it's like, give her my number fast. So yeah. But yeah, it was just me and Tup just passing back the FL Studio project back and forth. I think I was the one that was like, I just wanna love you, love you. Oh, and Tupperwave was the one that decided to do the, you know, it's like, I just wanna love you, love you. It's like, and then it goes, pop, pop. Like that's Tup. All like the reverse snares, that was Tup. So yeah. I know I'm explaining every chop and who did what, but like, it was very much like a two chopped and screwed remix artists. Like, it was perfect. It just fell into place as it should. But no idea said, what a guy. Yeah, Tupperwave, dude, it's so sick. Well, it's also, I mean, this is also weird to say, but Tupperwave has the same name as my dad, which also trips me out too a lot. Because my dad's name was like Dean, and Tup's name is Dean, and I'm like, that's such a random name. He's like the only other Dean I know. And like me and Tup are the same age. I'm not trying to be like, Tupperwave's my dad, but yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. But Dylan says, peak. Hey, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Sibley Dale says, his albums, Hooked on Aesthetics. Hooked on Aesthetics was hella good. Baby, I Miss You and To You, Baby with Love are so good. Yeah. In fact, I have To You, Baby with Love in my car right now. I was actually listening to this earlier today when I was dropping off orders. Yeah, To You, Baby with Love is like one of my favorite albums ever made, ever. One Night, oh my god, dude. One Night is like the perfect example of like the beauty of like sampling sometimes. Because I love it when like a sample like changes the meaning of the lyrics. Because One Night, it's essentially like a love song where he's like, it's like one night of, because like essentially the song is like the guy trying to describe like you know, like when you first start dating someone, you guys like are holding hands and stuff like that, and you first start getting to know each other. And I think he says like one night of the original lyrics are something like, oh man, I don't know, but he's like one night of something, 2 nights of hugs, 3 nights of touching, make 1 night of love. So it's like bars, dude. It's super bars. But just the way like Tupperwave mixed it, and the way the kicks hit, it's kind of similar to like, I mean, unfortunately, like Kanye, where like the way he pitched it up and stuff, and the way the kicks hit, that F sound and Through the Fire, like Shaka Khan song, Through the Fire. You know what I mean? Just because of the kicks hit and the sidechain happens, like the F sound gets taken away, and then because of that, and the song is called Through the Wire, it sounds like through the wire, so you can't hear the F. So because of that, it sounds like Through the Wire. So what's cool about Tup's song, and it's like very like it makes it way more raunchy, because the ways, if it's like one night, let me look it up. I gotta look up the original lyrics because this is like one of my favorite examples of sampling of all time. When I read it, someone was like, does anyone know the sample of the Tupperwave song? And Tupperwave replies, I don't know where I found it. Like on Reddit, replies, I forgot where I found it. And then the guy's like, what? Tupperwave replied. One Night by After 7. Oh shit, so you already know. Okay, cool. One Night After 7 lyrics. Oh, I found it. Yeah, it's 1 night of touching, 2 nights of trust, 3 nights of hugging, make 1 nights of love. But the way Tupperwave like flipped it, it sounds like 1 night. It does still sound like 1 night of touching, but then what's crazy is because it's 2 nights of trust. Because the sidechain hits, it's like 2 nights of jug, and so it sounds like 1 night of touching, 2 nights of drugs, which is like, and because the song is so warped out, it's like, oh shit. And then it says 3 nights, and the way they say it is like hugging, but like to put a kick and a snare, so like kick on the hug, so it's like ugh, and then the snare makes like a ka sound, so it's like hugging, so it sounds like 1 night of touching, 2 nights of drugs, 3 nights of fucking, make 1 night of love. It's like, oh, Tup, you're fucking genius, dude. It's so good. And like, that's not what the song says, but just because of like the kick snare, and like a kick sounds like a f, and like a, you know, like a snare sounds like a ka. So it just, dude, I love music. But Rosa says, it's funny when people react that way, lol, but I get it. Yeah, when people get like starstruck, I'm just like, oh my god, is the actual artist? Yeah. I always think it's like super adorable. And real quick, Malik Vade, hi Groovy dude. Hi, good to see you again. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How's your day going? We're just talking about Tupperwave, about how good their music is. And Malik Vade, actually Simply Dale, real quick, you know the lyrics I just said? 1 night of touching, 2 nights of drugs, 3 nights of fucking, 1 night of love. Did you think the lyrics were the same for Tupperwave when you heard that on To You Baby With Love? Were you also like, wait, hold up, this song's crazy? But Malik Vade, are you planning on doing more albums with a story? Yes. So Monster Tape 1, I'm probably gonna make it more like mixtape style, just like Monster Tape 0. So that won't have a story, but and then Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus Edition, that's gonna be the same Destroy All Monsters story, but so 2027, my bad, Malik Vade, I want to drop an album called Legends of the Empire, and that's gonna be just like Grim of the Galaxy and all that with like an actual story. I don't know if I'll have the same number of skits, but like the idea of is that like we've actually figured out on the stream together is that Groovy's gonna enter an MMO to like fight an AI Groovy that's been like making music in the MMO and stuff like that. You know, like kind of like, you know how they do Fortnite concerts? The idea is like Groovy's supposed to go in there and like fight the AI fake Groovy that's been playing concerts for him on his behalf. Like take back his like rightful throne. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that one's gonna have a whole story and probably like really dive into like the humanity of music and stuff like that. And then call it Legends of the Empire. But Simply Deo says, when I heard it the first time, I went to see if the song was marked explicit for whatever reason, and when it wasn't there, I was like, there's no way. Okay, cool. Exactly, dude. When I got that, I was like, yo, this song is crazy. Cause like the thing that's like also like if you, it's just so crazy. I don't know, it's just to me, it's like, how could you not listen to that song? Everyone just hears the same lyrics, but just, I mean, and again, maybe I'm looking, maybe it's just, I'm too into music, or maybe I'm just like looking, you know, too deep into it. But in Simply Dose, I know the sample, so I started looking into it, and then I understood, yeah, exactly how crazy that flip is. But like, if you think about when they made this song, like even things like, you know, 1989, like even like holding, I mean, not, it wasn't that bad, but like, you know, like a kiss was still like, oh my God, like I might marry her tomorrow because we kissed one time. But like these days, it's like, you know, things like Tinder and hookup culture and everything. It's like, that's like, oh, what? You know what I mean? Like, all you did was kiss. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Which that's not how I actually feel about the world, but like, just the way that Superwave sampled it and like have it recontextualized in like the 2020s and have it make more sense to today is like, that's how you know music is powerful. You know what I mean? Like Rose was saying, the power of music. That's crazy that, and I'm sure it wasn't like super intentional. I mean, maybe it was. Maybe Tup's like a mega genius and I just don't know it. But like, you know, I mean, as someone who's like also, you know, sometimes it just happens that way. Like the music kind of like makes itself. But like, just the, I don't know, dude. It's so beautiful. Yeah. But Malik Vade says, man, if you ever want someone to help out with voices, I'd be so down. I'd do it for free. Hey, thank you, Malik Vade. I appreciate the offer. Yeah, I'm trying to be on my like pay everyone tip or vibe, because how my dad always raised me. But what's it called? Yeah, I've always yeah, I don't know. If there's, you know, if there's ever a need, I will let you know. Because I don't know what I really haven't fleshed out the album idea yet for how many voices I even need, low key, Malik Vade. I usually always have NetNavi help with one of the voices, but I don't know if I, you know what I mean? I'll keep it in mind though. Thank you, Malik Vade. I appreciate you. It's good to know that, you know, there's more voice actors out there that are down. You know what I mean? So thank you. Silly Dale says, yo, my mom actually recognized the sample. Oh shit. And then started singing it. And I just looked at her like, this is what y'all was listening to? Yeah, exactly. That's sick, dude. Yeah, when I started playing like Same Pepsi around my dad, he was also like, how you know about the whispers? You know what I mean? And somebody else says, ooh, community-based album? I mean, I'd be down, dude. I'd be super down. I just wouldn't know how to like figure out all the splits. But then again, I might be the only one that's like tripping about like, oh my God. I know people are just trying to like be a part of the art. I mean, probably shouldn't be tripping so hard on like, oh my God, like I gotta like set up PayPal accounts for everyone to like get money. And it's like, people are just trying to be involved, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I want to start making more and more groovy stuff, community-based, which is kind of like, I don't know. Again, depending on how money goes this year, hopefully I can hire an assistant that like honestly, like what I really, again, I'm not even trying to be weird, but I really want to hire like an assistant. Like, I mean, I think it was one of the stretch goals actually on the Monster Kingdom was like, oh, did I write it down? I forgot. Well, one of my stretch goals eventually was like hire a community manager specifically to do stuff like, hey, who in the Kaiju Club wants to be a part of this thing? And like, they could be in charge of like organizing everyone so we could all be a part of stuff. Whether it be like an album or like a, I don't know, a video or something, you know what I mean? Hop on streams and stuff, I don't know. but it's one of the roles I have in a Notion doc somewhere, like who a community manager person would be and what they would be responsible for, specifically for stuff like this. So maybe one day I want to make Groovy Kaiju like a thing for everyone, if that makes sense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I'm not just saying that to be nice. Like, I don't know. Malik Vade said, I've also been trying to move myself to get out of art block, and I have a buddy who's a bit of a musician who's helped me by commissioning me to do art. Oh, that's sick, dude. I'm glad to hear that you got people supporting your art, dude. That's super, super sick. Hell yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I don't know. Thankfully, I've never been stuck in like an art block. So I don't really know if I have like advice for that. Not that you asked me for advice, but what's it called? But Malik Vade, I can send you my art page privacy if you're interested. Yeah, if you don't mind, Malik Vade, actually, you're watching on Instagram, I have my email in my Instagram bio. Are you down to just send me like, hey, I was on stream, I want to do voices for you one day, and here's my private art page. If you don't mind sending me an email, so I can actually like check that out and like, you know what I mean, get back to you and stuff. But Subadeo says, give me a spot in the credits as a voice number, whatever, on the info page on Bandcamp. So I see my aliases, I'm in, lol. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, because, I mean, even if it's something as simple as credits, it's like, yeah, I do not mind at all. Yo, MLG Ben, dude, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? MLG Ben, did you ever make your artist page, MLG Ben? I remember me and Ned were telling you last time, like, bro, MLG Ben would be a sick artist name. Also, if you haven't yet, I was thinking more about it, actually, like, since last time you dropped by. I do think if you do MLG Ben, you should keep it all lowercase, just like how it is right now. Because MLG Ben, I think lowercase looks more sick than if you were to like capitalize it or something. I don't know if Spotify will even let you do it all lowercase. Even if it's like capital M, it still looks sick though. Malik Vade, I sent you your DMs. Can you email me, Malik Vade? Because I don't check my DMs, dude. Like, I literally sent a screenshot the other day to a friend of mine, like a private friend of mine, or like IRL friend, and I got like, I think 12 DMs yesterday. So I can't, dude. I have to do email, or else I'll like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Malik Vade. But MLG Ben says, just got home from work, listen to VTech and take me back to Jujuku. And I think Ginseng and Honey, hey, dude. Hell yeah. Glad to hear you made it back home from work, dude. Glad to hear you're enjoying the tunes. Thanks for letting me know. And yes, lowercase good. Appreciate it. Lol. Hell yeah, dude. Sick. Okay, I'm glad you agree. Because yeah, I like genuinely spent like a good, like, when I rewatched the VOD, I was like, MLG Ben needs to be lowercase. Best songs. Thank you, dude. Hell yeah. Appreciate the kind words. Malik Vade says it's fine, let me do it real quick. All right, sick. Thank you, Malik Vade, yeah. Because otherwise I get so swamped in DMs. The Rosa says, I love the vision of you wanting to do community-based projects and stuff. It shows you want to connect with fans creatively as well. Yeah, I definitely do. Like, for real, I do. Yeah, I feel bad because a lot of it's like, you know, a bit of it is like, I want to be able to afford to pay everyone because I just don't want to like use people. But then again, I don't know. It's probably my own brain. But also my dad, I don't know, just my dad was very like, bro, you need to like pay people. It's like disrespectful to expect that. But what's it called? But also too, it is a bit of a time thing. So I'm hoping like if I ever get like an assistant or community manager person, which hopefully again, maybe this year, we can start doing stuff like that. Like there's a really, really talented artist that likes my stuff who like done a bunch of stuff for like Dario Core producers. Their name is Griffin Wayne, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. But they do really cool art. And like just the other day, like they've been emailing me like every day. Not every day, oh my god, holy shit. Man, not that bad. But they'll email me like once every like few months and just be like, hey man, this is what I've been working on. Like I still want to work with you one day. Like please. And I'm always like, dude, I'm so sorry. I just don't have the money to pay you. And even then they're like, dude, I'll do it for free. And I'm like, it's not even just that. Like, because if I were to like do like a single or something, because they were like, let me make art for a single, please. And I was like, even for like a single, like I have everything on such a timeline that like I would hate if like, you know, if they like got like art block or something, and then I'm like, hey, look, like everyone else in the Kaiju Club is waiting for the single to come out, like, cause I do monthly singles, and like if something went wrong on their end, then like I'd have to be the guy that's like, hey, I know you're doing this for free, but like, come on, bro, hurry up. And I don't want to be that guy. So it's just, you know, I mean, there's so many layers beyond just like, let's work together that I think about. Oh my god, I wrote MLG instead of Must Have Zero. That's comedy. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't want to like. Whereas, you know what I mean? Because a lot of my projects are on like such a time crunch. So like even to like adjust my schedule to like make room for other people is like a, I don't know. Does that make sense? I hope it doesn't sound like I'm like, ooh, like I'm so uppity, but it's just more just like I'm trying to treat everyone with respect. Really, it's where it's coming from. And I think once I have help, I can be respectful and get things done. That makes sense. But Gallando, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Always good to see how you doing. Shout out to my boy. Hell yeah, dude. That's sick. Thanks for the shout out, man. How you doing? And MOG Ben says, I forgot to email you. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. It's super chilling. But yeah, whenever you feel like it, MLG Ben, you know I'm over here just hanging out. But Gallando says, love how you're so cool about everything, man. It's so laid back and you are so humble. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I try my best to be. I don't know. I just like people, man. I just, you know, we're all just hanging out. We're all just people. I mean, and Roses says understandable. Okay, thank God, Roses. And MLG says, chill for real. Thank you. Thank you, Roses. Because honestly, Roses, it's been like 3 months. This has really been like in my brain, like chewing at me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do I express this to people in a way that's like, I genuinely really want to work with you one day. I love your art. I just, you know what I mean? There's so like, yeah. But I just don't know how to like explain it. So I'm glad like you're like, yeah, actually you make sense. Thank you, Roses. Honestly, I'm like, it's like huge weight off my shoulder. But yeah. Duido says, yeah, you got your own schedule and at the same time don't want to burden somebody with pressure too. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know. I feel like you can end up in a weird situation where it's like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, hey, we're gonna work together. So it's like, I don't have many projects that aren't on a time crunch. I don't have like anything I'm like, oh yeah, just take your time. Whenever it works out, it works out. You know what I mean? It's like everything I'm doing is like, boom, 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 boom. So yeah. But Malik Vade says, bam, it's sent. A. Yeah, thank you, Simply Day on Roses. Like honestly, like you have no clue how much there was been like a hole in my brain, just like a black hole in my brain, just like eating at me about that Loki. But yeah, I got both the emails, Malik Vade and MLG Ben. And then Galing Doe, my bad. Lol, but love it, man. I wish you could always be a part of it, but you do. But what do you do for a living? Not trying to sound like a boomer. We all find our ways. Oh yeah, no, Galing Doe, I appreciate it. Black Hole album, yeah. So honestly, right now, I'm doing this for a living. This is my living. I'm very thankful for it. Very, very thankful for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've worked beyond hard for it. But yeah. That being said, though, I pay the bills only most of the time. Sometimes the bills don't get paid. But and I got like a crazy amount of debt. But we're paying it down actually, which is kind of crazy. So we're actually finally getting over like the hump. So things are turning in the right direction. But I've been doing this full time now for about 1.5 years. So yeah, who would have thought? But yeah, thanks for asking, Galing Doe. MLG Ben says, since I'm working full time right now, low-key want to quit. But anyways, love to get some help setting stuff up. Definitely mentioned a page to create, etc. Just reply to my email, all the business. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just reply and then we can figure it out. MLG Ben. Black Hole album? Yeah, I know, dude. That would be sick. Peak. Bro's a hard worker, W. Thank you, yeah. Man's Stacking 24/7. Yeah, honestly, dude, I don't know if you were here for it, MLG Ben, but literally last night, I was up till 8:30 a.m. packing orders. So I started at midnight and I got done at 8:30. I packed like 100 orders. I was just like, yeah, because I just had to get them done. Because I felt bad because I told people like, hey, I'll have it done by tomorrow, but then something happened the day before, and then like I just got 2 really good days of orders, and I'm super thankful for. But it was just like, it was so many, dude. So I just put on like 3 different podcasts, and I was just like. And MLG Ben says, I'll buy a vinyl right now. Let me know which one you like. Oh, dude, thank you. I'll be paying bills for real. Hey, no, dude, it's all good. Thank you, MLG Ben. Now, like, I mean, I don't say it to like make you feel bad or be like, oh, bro, like, please. Yeah, but like, it's just the business, man. Like, it's my actual situation. But yeah, man. I mean, like, honestly, yeah, whichever one's on my website. If you really want to grab one, like, you know, no pressure to do so. But yeah, dude, I'd appreciate it. I'll ship it for you right now if you want to. So yeah, thank you, MLG Ben. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I have a link in my bio under Groovy Kaiju, in like my Instagram bio. But yeah, but again, no pressure at all. I'm so chilling. I only bring it up just to like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many artists and stuff that just like fake what's going on. They're like, oh, bro, like, and it's like, dude, no, like this shit's hard, dude. I don't know about y'all, but this shit is fucking hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. So like, I try to like keep it real with people of like, some days are good, some days are not good, dude. So yeah. But Malik Vade, you made it to Twitch. Hey, dude, hell yeah, I'm glad to hear. Thanks for making it over to Twitch. Appreciate you swooping over. Oh. And that the second box actually is the new Destroy All Monsters CDs. I know I showed them off already, but I'm ready for next week or 2 weeks from now. But Gailing Doe, that's amazing to hear. I love it, man. I try to do the same, but I'm currently an employee figuring out stuff. We can all work on a team. So who knows, man? I'm serious about finding a way together. Hell yeah, dude, Gailing Doe. I'm glad to hear. And MLG Ben says, Gailing, you make music. Bet I'll see which one to buy, brother. Gonna listen to a few and finalize. All right, cool, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm streaming for like another like 30 minutes. So I mean, you can always do like next time too, but whatever you're most comfortable with, dude. Like, no pressure. I'm so chilling. But yeah. And somebody else says, "Ooh, yeah, no, I'm super hyped to get these all ready to go." What is funny though, somebody and thank you to MLG Ben for the CD reveal. But what's hella funny is from doing the little like kickflip video, I had my own personal copy of the Destroy All Monsters vinyl. And it's like, it was in my thing. I had to swap it out because the one with me doing the kickflip, I fucked up the jacket, dude. I was like just trying to like, it's all sweaty now. Like I like bent it a bunch trying to like kickflip and then like hold up the vinyl. It was the dumbest idea I've had in a while. So I had to like swap out like an actual good copy so no one's getting like the kickflip Keelys. Like, I think I even dropped it at some point. You know what I mean? But Gailing says, MLG Ben, just marketing. I wish I could make music, but I'm trying to start a band or something. I'm a bassist. Oh, it's like you play bass, dude. Hell yeah. Vaporwave seems easy, but it's not. Very true. What you think of that genre? I call it cold shower music. That's sick, dude. I love Vaporwave. To me, I've always seen it more as like a hip hop thing, but I understand that it's not. I kind of uniquely think of it as hip hop, in my opinion. At least that's how I see myself seeing it. But I've always just seen it as like chopped and screwed music, low key. And that's cool. You do marketing, dude. I also do marketing. I mean, like for my own stuff, but yeah. I'm also super thankful because low-key I dropped the box and it seems like all the CDs are fine. Not gonna lie to y'all. I took it out of my car, I like lost grip and I was like, no! But all the CDs look okay. Ooh. And somebody does it, oh geez, I know, yeah. I mean, if it really came down to it, the only thing that's like, honestly, I'm glad to hear that CDs are like kind of coming back because they're so much easier to make. Not even like from like a laziness, but just like a dead ass, like there's so much like, man, trying to get a vinyl made is like I love vinyl too, but like, dude, it is like a process to get vinyl made. And like tapes, yeah, and like I don't know, you just get CDs made so easily. So like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot more of like flexibility of like what I can put on CD versus like vinyl, which kind of is like the whole point. But it's, I don't know. First world problems, I think, or like, what is it? Retro problems, for lack of better words. But MLG Ben says, so, oh geez, yeah, I'm dropping the thing. Yeah, I think it looks all good. But MLG Ben says, bro knows ball chopped and screwed. Yeah, dude, hell yeah. I was actually just listening to GA Screw earlier. I was listening to Third Coast. We can ride Cadillacs with the roof pushed back. Oh, you're from Houston, dude? That's sick. Hell yeah, MLG Ben. And Gayling says, music marketing like a preview or some XPs coming out, shorts. It could be podcasts. But I need more content and people to help me up. Okay, sick, man. Yeah. Yeah, getting music marketing, it is tough. It is. There's all kinds of like different courses and people you can learn from and stuff like that. Music marketing trippy. Gailing. And Malik Vade asked, do you also use SoundCloud? I know a guy IRL who makes vapor synth chill style music. I think you would like some of his tracks. Honestly, dude, I stopped using SoundCloud as much. Malik Vade, my bad. I'm pretty much like only I'm like CDs, like my personal listening, it's a lot of CDs and then Spotify. And then I have my own like MP3 server where I like stream my own music from. So like I have my own like essentially computer in the cloud that I have all my music on as like MP3s, listen on Spotify and stuff, and I'll listen to that. Oh, and Bandcamp too. But yeah, I don't usually use SoundCloud that much. Just because I don't know, I just kind of stopped using it at some point. But I'm keeping it real. SoundCloud's kind of like my least favorite user interface. And I really don't like how they treat their artists, because like they like charge you to put music on SoundCloud, which is kind of like, why would you charge the people who are uploading to your platform? And I even like deadass found out recently that they like lowered the prices of their like monthly subscription for artists, and they never lowered mine. So I'm still paying the higher original price. And they never like, it's just, I don't know. SoundCloud's like done me and a lot of friends dirty over the years, just like in terms of their business practices. Because I've been on SoundCloud since like 2014, so I'm kind of just like, ugh. But that's a me problem. That has nothing to do with you. But MG Ben says, heck this dude, Market's Pete song or one ad where you're almost punching the camera each kick. Oh yeah, exactly. Thank you, MG Ben, yeah. And Gailing says, yeah, it's chopped. OG, hell yeah. But Gailing says, CDs are amazing. I have a Honda Accord that carries 6 or 7 CDs. It's a low-key flex in the early mid-2000s. Yeah, no, dude, it really is. Yeah, my Scion only carries 1 CD. My brother's Acura TSX could take multiple though, and that shit was super sick. And MLG Ben, CD has better quality than vinyl. Yeah, surprisingly, yes, it technically does. If I may though, I think it's less about like which one's better. It's just different. It's just different sounds, because analog's gonna sound different than digital. You know what I mean? And it's not that like one's objectively better, it's just they're just different. It's like apples to oranges, you know what I mean? They're both good, but like, what are you feeling today? You know what I mean? If I understand correctly, I might be wrong. Emoji, I ain't gonna lie to you. Gailing, yeah, basically when I was living in Florida, I ran to yours and I was like, hell yeah, sick. And Malakvad said, oh, it's fine. I'm still trying to get this dude to move to SoundCloud. Okay, sick, yeah. I feel it, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see, we got some radical reptars. And MLG Ben with a bunch of fire emojis. Thank you. Subidale says with the question marks that ain't right. Yeah, so I don't know, like my buddy Nolan was like the one out of my friend group that was the first one to be like, this ain't right, like similar to what you said. But my buddy Nolan had a song on SoundCloud. It was, I forgot what the beat was, but it ended up getting like 1 million plays. And what's it called? And he noticed that, like, you know, at some point SoundCloud started adding ads to all the music they were playing when they started trying to go more like a Spotify route. So Nolan was like, damn, my song got 1 million plays. Like, are y'all gonna pay me? And they're like, well, no, because like you never monetize it X, Y, and Z. And he's like, yeah, but you put ads on my music. That's kind of crazy. You just monetize my song without ever like, you know, asking me. And they were like, well, sucks to suck. So he took his song down because he was like, well, no, I'm not gonna give you like all my. So he took down his whole SoundCloud page. And to me, yeah, as the music industry moved forward and stopped, you know, charging artists to upload their music, SoundCloud just really dropped the ball, and it never like, you know, got with the times. So I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's just like very artist unfriendly to be like, yeah, like Spotify is pretty fucked, but at least Spotify doesn't charge you $16 to keep your music up. You know what I mean? Every month. And you could like debatably be like, well, DistroKid, but it's like, well, that's more of a DistroKid thing. And even then, most of them, like, you can pay a one-time fee and have it up there forever. It's not like a $16 for, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just crazy. But Galing says, I feel like SoundCloud used to be the shit. It was free uploading and listen to whatever genre for free. It's because of famous rappers made out of the hood with SoundCloud. Oh, Galing, so you can always upload for free, but the thing about SoundCloud is that, like, I think once you upload so much music, then they start charging you $16 a month. So it was like kind of like if you only have a few songs, it's fine, but after a while, they start charging you. See, like, and if I'm not mistaken, to this day, you can't have like more than like 500 megabytes of music on SoundCloud or something like that. Yeah, see, even Simply Today is about to be reached for the free amount of minutes. Yeah, there's a minute limit you can have as like an artist on SoundCloud. It's crazy. Like, imagine if YouTube was like, oh, you can only have so many minutes on your YouTube channel. You know what I mean? They'd be like, what the fuck? But I do agree, yeah, SoundCloud rap really like blew up the platform though, that's for sure. And then MLG Ben says, just sound quality wise, I think cassette comes in first, then second is CD, but I would heavily prefer vinyl. It's too hard. Yeah. I feel that, yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I don't know, I like the, I think I like vinyl first, and then, I'll be honest, I listen to CDs more, but I do like listening to a tape from time to time. Depends on the day. But, I don't know, I don't know, I think, you know, at this point, I think it's, at least for me, maybe this is my, like, woo-woo brain talking, but it's, for me, it's more about the experience, like, every once in a while, I do want to have like the cassette tape experience. I know that doesn't sound very much, but even just like experiencing the album itself in that context of like a tape is like a special treat for me. You know what I mean? Because like we use streaming for convenience. We used to use CDs for convenience. But I guess I still kind of do. It's like the easiest way to listen to music in my car, in my opinion. So when I put on a vinyl or a cassette, it's like, oh yeah, this is like, I'm listening to music right now. You feel me? I don't know. It's like eating ice cream after a long day. But Skyer says, I genuinely dislike SoundCloud considering just posting my stuff on FA and Sophia at this point until I can make enough stuff to a consistent theme quality to release an album on Bandcamp. The only thing uploading SoundCloud is good for is embedding. Yeah, I agree, yeah. But even then, like, at this point, I'm kind of like, just upload to you. I'm kind of, I don't know if y'all noticed, but for all like the exclusive, a lot of, well, not all of it, but a lot of the exclusive stuff I'll put on my Monster Kingdom or Kaiju Club. If it's a song that I can't put on Spotify, I'll put it on YouTube as an unlisted YouTube video because it's like the same deal. SoundCloud's like less like wild about content ID and stuff, but even then, YouTube at this point, like everyone's kind of like, yeah, we have more to gain by allowing people to listen to the song that you sampled or flipped or whatever than we do by completely blocking the video. So a lot of time, like it'll be like only like 1 or 2 countries can't see the thing. So I just use YouTube whenever I have like some like throwaway song. That makes sense. And I can tell like it's kind of like the move right now because even like when the Kendrick Lamar Drake battle was happening, everyone was just uploading to YouTube because like it's like the quickest way to like boom. But somebody else says, yeesh, I gotta move my mixes soon anyway since the limits. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. And Galing says, makes hella sense when you like mentioned about charging. It's crazy, not the same anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rosa says, here I was thinking Spotify could be a nice alternative, but this stuff is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I was actually just watching a video last night. Oh, I mean, you mean SoundCloud? Okay. Yeah. So Roses. Yeah, the thing is, like SoundCloud, they kind of like were the first like YouTube of music, but then YouTube kind of since day one was kind of like, we're gonna be the YouTube of YouTube. You know what I mean? Like you can upload anything to YouTube. It's just you have to have a visual associated with it. Which I wonder if YouTube will ever change that. Okay, one day. Because if they ever decide to like allow you to upload just audio to YouTube, like it's kind of GG's for everybody else. I'm not gonna lie to you. Which I mean, they have YouTube Music, but I mean, like if they literally were just like, "Are you uploading a WAV file?" Yeah, go for it. And you can like package it with like a why don't they do that? Because you know, like so much songs or like albums get uploaded to YouTube that's just like the album cover and like the YouTube player. Like, why don't they do that for everything? Like any kind of audio? I don't know. I'm gonna have to find the YouTube CEO and be like, hey, have you ever considered this? But I guess I don't know, the music industry's kind of funny. They probably just more afraid of getting sued. Anyways, but SoundCloud started off as like around the same time as YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So like they kind of like were in the wild, wild west when like uploading content to the internet was like a thing. Like it was like a new idea. And I guess their original solution was like, oh, we got to charge because like, you know, who else is going to pay for these servers? You know what I mean? But I think YouTube was like, oh, the people that should be paying for it is the advertisers, not the users of the actual platform. So then SoundCloud kind of got caught with the pants down. And then like there was a whole bunch of like CEO shakeups where they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Because then Spotify came around and they were like, oh man, Spotify's eating our lunch. So then they kind of like half-stepped into being Spotify. But then no CEO is going to go, hey, we make $16 a month from all these users. How about we just stop charging them? You know what I mean? How about we just turn off that revenue source? Which like, you know, no one's going to be like, oh, it's a great idea. So this is kind of like in a weird spot. But Galen says, like this country singer from my town bar every Thursday literally exposed how much he makes this. He doesn't make us chicks with it, like even though he was nominated for Song of the Year. Josie's Music Award. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, dude, music it's a labor of love, dude. You really, really gotta like, I don't know, again, not to be that guy, but I'm very thankful I've been able to like work my way into a place where I can do this. It's funny because I was actually like looking it up last night. I was like, is privilege the right word for this? Because like I worked for it, dude. I dead ass worked for it. I got no. My dad was a drug dealer. My mom doesn't have a job. You know what I mean? So it's like I earned this from the mud, dude. And you know what I mean. So I was like, it's privilege, but I guess privilege technically is the right word. So even if you did earn it yourself, but I'm definitely in a privileged position because like music is like crazy. I'm thankful that I've been able to figure out a way to pay my bills most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time at least, and do music. But MLG Ben, do you ship to Alaska PO box? Yeah, I do. If it's in the US, I can ship there, dude. I mean, technically I ship all across the world, but like the international prices are like crazy, and they're like kind of goofy. So I tend to only do like the free CD thing in the US. Bro last delivered to me on June 15, 2024. Hey, dude, hell yeah. Well, dude, thanks for like sticking around. Yeah. Yeah, every time I get something out to Alaska, I'm like, hey, snow dogs. Because I like that movie a lot. But yeah. Cool putting in order. Hey, thank you, dude. Galindo says like 35 cents, but it's insane. $3.20 a set, I believe. Oh, for the country singer? So he gets paid like $300 per set he plays. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. Shows are weird, dude. Gailing, honestly. Because I've been on both sides of the equation for this, where I used to run my own show and I would book myself. In like, it depends on like the venue and stuff like that. Because like some shows, like they are just printing money, where it's like, you know, the guy who runs the show could easily make as much as one of the artists, and they pay the artist like $2K each or something like that, something crazy like that. You know what I mean? But also too, like the thing that like, yeah, dude, oh my God. One day I'm gonna do I have a buddy, Gailing, named Nick, and he wants to throw shows. And I told him a long time ago to make like a whole like PowerPoint presentation on like my experience running shows and what I would suggest and stuff. But like the live music industry is like so dumb. Like that's why Live Nation's getting charged by the US government right now for being a monopoly. Because once you get like more than 250 people in a room for a show, Live Nation pretty much runs that venue. And it's a whole situation where it's like, the thing about bars and stuff is that like a lot of money happens at the bar and food and stuff that like the artist doesn't see. But like, and the promoter, their whole job is just to get people to buy the stuff. So like there's a whole, like pretty much every show, there's like a crazy amount of money that happens.
New merch order from Ben.
Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate you, dude. I got you right now. I'm gonna put this away and actually yeah, I'll put these to the side. I got you right now, Ben. But Gailing, if you were at a bar or a club, how much would they give you? It depends. That's a very it depends question, Gailing. It depends on the size. Like I'm not trying to avoid the question at all. Like I promise you, dude. One of my jokes, you can ask any of my in real life friends if you want to meet them. I've said this so many times, but when it comes to shows, like everything you think you know about the world, like you gotta just take your brain out of your head, put it to the side, because shows are dumb, dude. But it very much depends, Gailing. How big the bar is, how big the club is, stuff like that. But like keeping it real, let me print this out for Ben. I'm packing it for you right now, Ben. I'm about to hook it up for you, dog. The best way, what's the best way I can describe this? Oh, you got all three? Thank you, Ben. I'll just throw it out there. So I ran this show in downtown LA, and it was called Crystal Nostalgia, and I bootstrapped the whole thing myself. So it was all my money going through the show. I'm not gonna lie, I think one night I made like profited $1,000, and I was like, let's go. And it's 250 capacity. So like 250 people can fit in the room. So one night I made $1,000, and I swear to God, there's been one night where I lost $1,000. So, you know what I mean? So it's, shows are like, you never really know. But on average though, what I would pay a lot of my friends is I would pay them about $250. But they weren't like, I mean, again, not to sound rude, but all my friends are extremely talented. But depending on who this person is you're talking about, Gailing, like, if they were playing just per how the budget had to go to like hire merch people, have the door person, the venue has their bar split, I at least break even, hopefully. You know what I mean? Even though I'm playing the show, yada, yada, yada. The average set for like what we decided was that openers and closers, because they're like warming up the crowd, we get paid about $125. And then for like the headliners, which there was no headliners, but like when you're playing like electronic shows, 10 p.m. to midnight is like the top slot. So you essentially get 2 hours of like prime time. So the prime time slots we pay $250, and they would tend to be people who like maybe flew out from Detroit, like we'd fly out 3D blasts, if we could afford it. And that was like every once in a while we'd be like, okay, well, you know, it's summertime, we might make the money back if we fly them out. You know what I mean? It'd be like economy, cheapest flight, you know what I mean? Stay with a friend type of situation. But so yeah, and trust me, dude, like even just with this, like paying everyone like 125 to 250-ish or maybe it was 150 to 250, I forgot. Yeah, something like that. These are the actual numbers, I swear to God. But some nights, again, I would actually profit pretty good. And I'm the one also part of the playing. So I'd never even paid myself. It was just whatever was left over at the end. Some nights I'd make money. Some nights I would lose a lot of money. Like, Jesus Christ amount of money. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Gailing. But one day I want to like do a Professor Groovy stream where I'm just like, for my buddy Mick, and just send my buddy Mick the video, but you know what I mean, for all of us to see how to like start a show from like, I like music, to like sell out your first venue. Anyways. And then I guess I can rant about this forever, but Gailing says, yeah, they are like, sometimes he does a majority of requested songs and karaoke and half of the song. Okay, that's sick. And MLG Ben, hope I cut with bills. Cheers. Thank you, dude. Honestly, yeah. Because deadass tomorrow I have to put down my security deposit on my new apartment, so I'm not gonna lie to you, actually, kind of clutch.
New merch order from Chase.
Hey, thank you, Chase. If you're watching, I'll pack yours too after we pack Ben's. But yeah. Galing says, wow, it's an amazing hub for you though, unless you like travel. Like he, so that's the thing is that, yeah, shirts, sweatshirts in a tip jar. Yeah. I have a dungeon back here. I have like a whole like lunch. I can't pull it out. It would be so heavy, but I have like a whole, motherfucking, like roll around travel luggage thing that I bring of merch that has like vinyls, CDs. I haven't used it in a long time. I haven't played a show in a while. Subhideo says, Dan, it sounds stressful. Dude, honestly, like, we have the same hair, dude. There's been so many days I was like ready to just rip it out strand by strand. It was honestly crazy. And the craziest part too wasn't even the money. Like the money was like pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? That was like stressful. It was mostly like managing people's egos. Because people would be like, bro, what do you mean I can't play a show? And I'm like, dude, like, there's only 4 hours, dude. And like I had like an actual, oh shit.
New merch order from Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. Let me know if you're watching and I can pack it after Ben's. But like, simply deal for real, I had like an actual spreadsheet of every one of my friends and like everyone, even regulars, like people who wanted to be a part of it that asked to play the show. I genuinely keep a spreadsheet and I think I had like 40 names on it. And I was like, dude, every show, there's only really like 2 slots I can give to someone new. So like the line was like, if you think about it, like years long of people wanted to play. So it was like, and then people were like, damn, bro, really? Like not me? And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like I literally like, what do you want me to do? I don't know that. And then on top of that, it's my money. You ain't putting down the money. So like, why are you mad at me? So yeah. I gotta still groovy for you. Okay. So yeah, so it was crazy. MLG Ben, can't wait to jam. I work with these new albums. Haven't heard them yet, but I already know it's all fire. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, honestly, I think you're gonna be soaked on them. Grooving the Galaxy is really cool. Radical Reptile. I mean, yeah, they're all good, dude. They're all good. And MLG Ben, you have a secret CD on your store. I listened to one song on YouTube and yet said, yep, I'm buying that too. Hey, thank you. W Jacob. Yeah, exactly. Super Hideo says, the weight of the dreads get heavy at the worst moments. Yeah, dude, for real. And Roses to hydrate. I got you, Roses. I'm sorry, Galing. I'm going so into detail about this, but I'm venting so hard right now. The only way I could see it work is letting them play in their hometown. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, so Simply Hideo, here's the thing. That spreadsheet was all local LA people. It wasn't even including people who had asked me, be like, hey, bro, I live in New York. I'm a Vaporwave fan. Like, when are you going to fly me out? Like, not even, it was 40 people, not even including them. So, yeah, Simply Hideo, it was, that list would have been, I just had to flat tell, like, dude, there's no way. And, like, 3D Blast was the exception because he's really, really good friends with Data Girl and me. And so Data Girl, like, that one, I mean, keeping it real, that one, it was a bit of like a, hey, okay, Rachel, like, or her real name's Rachel. Rachel, like, was like, Randy's going to stay with us. We want to hang out with him. Like, and technically it's for business. So, like, me and Rachel kind of went 50-50, and that's how we were able to afford to get 3D Blast out for the show. Because, you know, Rachel was like, I'm going to, you know, I want to fly out my friend to hang out with me. And, like, what's a better way to do it than to, like, you know, we made it work. So that's why we were able to afford that one. But, you know what I'm trying to say? That's why, like, everyone else. And then even just having 3D Blast come out, people would be like, bro, like, that's crazy that, like, you had him out, but not me. And I'm like, bro, like, why are you pocket watching me, man? It was crazy. MLG Ben asked, MLG Ben says, I have a few beats I made. If I send you a few, wouldn't mind. Yeah, I mean, send them over. I mean, you have my email, dude. Like, send over the beats. I can give them a listen. My bad, Ben. I'm so like into the story. I'm trying to like also get your order together. Thank you again for getting the vinyl, dude. I really appreciate it. All right, we got that one signed. And MLG Ben asked, are you in Cali? How is it there now? Oh, I used to live in LA. Now I'm in Arizona. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, dude. And let me get you a bunch of stickers, dog. Let me do that before I forget. Oh, here, I got this whole pack. And Gailing says, love chatting with you and glad to be supporting you. Hey, thank you, man. I'm heading to bed from northern Indiana and glad to discover you while walking on a beach in Florida. It's so cool. Wasn't college broke and didn't know. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Dude, thanks for all the support, Gailing. I appreciate you stopping by. Shit, having a good time with music. Have a good night, homie. Send you the love back to Gailing. I appreciate you stopping by and sharing all the stories and asking. I appreciate it. MG Ben says, I have family there and went back in 2019. It was chill. It was like, but so expensive. Oh yeah, LA is expensive, dude. You were planning on moving out of California? If so, where? Oh yeah, I moved to Phoenix. What's in Phoenix? Hot? Yeah, dude. Yeah, during the summer, it was crazy. It was like the Super Mario where it's like the desert song, like. Ba. Ba, ba. And MOG Ben, since I was just showing you earlier, you're getting the brand new mini stick, fun size stickers. I'll throw a few of those in there for you. I'll throw an Ichi Mafia sticker for you too. And you're in the Kaiju Club, right? Oh wait. So I will give you I'll give you a magnet too, dude. Yeah, I'm giving you a fridge magnet too, dog. So you can put on your fridge. Thanks for the support, dude, for real. And what else can I give you? Yeah, just make sure when you get the vinyl, check the Still Groovy stickers. That's what's gonna have all the goodies in it, all the freebies from me. And I'll give you a sticker of me too. I think we already have one. Oh, I want to give you two of these. That's what I wanted. Boom, boom. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Oh, gotta head out, Roses. Take care, Roses. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a nice night. And I'll catch you around on a Sunday if you're free. Oh yeah. So here we go. Hopefully it doesn't spill out, but I don't know if you can see it. But oh, you can't because my hand's covering it. But yeah, there's so much stuff in there for you inside the CD to say thank you, Ben. So thank you, dog. I appreciate it. And MOG Ben, I've never had a sticker since childhood. Plus a fridge mat, MOG. I'm gonna decorate for sure. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad to hear. Thank you, Ben. And Rosa says to hydrate on the way out. Cool, gotcha. Fire, I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, anytime. You went to Japan. What's the background on one of your CDs? It looks like Japan. Yeah. So that what's it called? The photo from Still Groovy is when I visited Japan in like 2019 for like a work trip, and yeah, it was a really good time, dude. I went to I pretty much just spent all my time at arcades in Akihabara, eating a bunch of food, eating a lot of like Ichi ramen. It was hella fun. Got to go to Super Potato. I bought like a bunch of like Game Boy games, Japanese Game Boy games. Like I have a Japanese Mega Man 2. I have like a Japanese for Game Boy Color. I got a Japanese Kirby game. It's a good time. Alright, cool. A little mouse, something I would do. Hell yeah, MLG bed. Nice. Oh yeah. But yeah, we're ranting about shows, right, Silverdale? Yeah, Joe, ginseng and honey. Yeah, I know, dude. This is one of my favorites too. Every time this comes on, I'm like, yep. My favorite part is the chop I did with the sugar. Oh, that sugar sweet. Ooh, that like. Oh my god, it's hard to say when the song's playing. Like the lay some sugar on me. And he's like, lay some sugar on me. The double sh. Ah, dude, I love that chop so much. Yeah, that right there. That's what I listened to hours ago. Hey, that's what's up, MLG man. And arcades are so peak for real. Yeah, dude, hell yeah. Yeah, I love arcades. Me. Arizona green tea goes hard. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I got remastered. Yeah, it's one of my favorites to play at like when people don't know my music, because like for some reason I feel like a lot of older people really like Arizona Green Tea. My flip of that song. And the bass is good. Hey, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun bass on that one. But yeah, I forgot, what was I even ranting about shows? Oh yeah, Galen was asking. But yeah, pretty much, I don't know. I'm going to make that whole PowerPoint about shows, about how to run a show. If anyone's ever curious about running their own shows. The prices and having people on? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, honestly, like I hate to admit it, but like most of the money goes to the marketing. Like for a general rule of thumb, for every person that's at a show, you can expect them to have at least spent around $5 in ads to get them there. So if you go to like a 250 person show and like it's sold out, they unless they had like some mega big artists that was like should have been playing there because they were too big for that venue anyways, they probably spend at least about $1,000 on ads for that show. Just throwing that out there. So like even just getting started, like bro, I hope you got like 3 Xbox 360s worth of money to just even get people in the door, and then you're gonna pay for everything else on top of that. And MLG Ben, yeah, Facebook ads. Yeah, I love the Facebook ads. Most people do. Some people will do stuff like with local newspapers though, or like low-key billboards kind of crush it for shows. If you got money like that, or there's like a billboard near the venue, those can crush pretty hard, I heard. But MLG Ben says, cool to hear you've been in Japan. I've never been there. Plan to. Hey, sick. My sister moved recently, lives there now. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, that's dope you got like a local connect out there, because going out there would probably be like way, way easier. Even if it just like it's her like showing you around town and stuff, that would be like so clutch. Because you would know all the good spots. Like instantly. Looks cool there to get some, yeah, definitely. Simple Deo says that makes sense because word of mouth can only get you so far. You gotta extend the reach somehow. Yeah, exactly, Simple Deo. Because really, like, a lot of marketing kind of is momentum, but shows in particular are all about momentum. Because it's really when you're like running ads for a show, it's less of like, funnily enough, it is the word of mouth that gets it to go, but it's kind of like planting seeds. You know what I mean? Like imagine you want to like start a forest somewhere. Like the ads is like you're gonna hit like 100,000 people, but maybe like one out of every like 1,000 you hit will be like, oh, you gave me a tree seed, let me plant that for you. But everyone else will be like, I'm not interested. But like essentially you're just hoping to hit the right person that's like, and by a tree seed I mean they're the person that goes, I got this ad, everyone in my Discord group, y'all want to go to this? That's who you're trying to hit, is those people, but you have to hit everyone else. And ideally you have enough money so that even their friends are being like, yeah, I was seeing that too, but I didn't think y'all guys wanted to go, but since you brought it up, yeah, I'm down. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the momentum you're trying to build, is like get enough people to be like, ask their friends, hey, you want to go with this with me? And then it, then it fans out. But like, it's all about like how many people can you find that are willing to plant the seeds for you, if that makes sense. It's kind of crazy. But because, so yeah. So when I say like, imagine it took $5 to get each person in that room, it's because you probably spent like 20 to get that one friend to tell their friends, to bring a friend, you know what I mean? So then the math's out, but yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. You're trying to cause a bunch of chain reactions. It's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. And that's the thing, is that like not only that, but it's chain reactions, but then like where you run into problems is like, okay, well, if there's another show going on that weekend, well then these people who are now trying to like chain react come up against their other friends that are trying to chain react, and it's just like, dude, there's so many layers of like shit. Or like if there's an anime convention going on like 2 cities over, and like you're doing like anime kind of music, then it's like, well, you have to keep that in mind, because then like your usual people might be going to that anime convention instead this weekend. So you know what I mean? So it's like all kinds of like just layers upon layers upon layers of like people calculus that you have to do for a show. But when you win, dude, it's like you win big. But when you lose, dude, it's like, bro, I'd rather you just kick me in the nuts right now. You know what I mean? When you lose, it's like, oh man, I have to sell my kidney after this. You know what I mean? But then but it's awkward because then everyone's having a good time, and you're just like, yeah, this show's going great. You know what I mean? Because you're like doing the math in your head of like, okay, so how much money did I lose? That's the reality. Good times, I guess. I'm kidding. No, I had a great time. It was awesome. I talk about it like every stream. Obviously, I'm very nostalgic for it, but yeah. But MLG Ben, do you ever DJ? People enjoy that. Helps for getting people, for sure. I perform live. I used to perform live. I don't like technically DJ with decks. I use my own custom iPad setup. So I haven't like, if you mean like DJ like just bars that have their own built-in audience to like try to get more people to come to the shows, I've yet to try that. But it's mostly because I'm not like a traditional DJ. That's the only reason why. But yeah, it's something Aram actually, funny enough, the guy who did that remix for me was telling me like, bro, you should get into that. That would be really good side hustle money. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So maybe one of these days. Oh yeah, but these are vinyl, by the way, Ben. So I got your Monster Tape Zero vinyl signed, if you can tell. Got Radical Reptar signed, if you could tell. I mean, you just watched me sign it, but you can just go back and watch me sign it. But and then Groovy the Galaxy signed. So thank you, dude. I appreciate it again. And I hope you're super stoked on how the designs look in person, because the disc designs look nice in person. Admittedly, though, the Radical Reptar one looks better when you put it in the sun, because it does need a little bit of light behind it to really see like the splatter on the Radical Reptar. But everyone else is like, it's so sick. You're gonna be stoked. Yeah, I got you, dog. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, and after I pack this for you, Ben, I think I'm gonna stop streaming, y'all. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta reply to like 1 billion people that like know me in real life. They're like, bro, what happened? Why haven't you gotten back to me? I woke up at 4 p.m. Yeah, plus the gym sounds really nice right now. Oh yeah. Oh, and I'm putting bubble wrap on your vinyl, so it'll be extra safe for you, Ben. Let me write you a note too. I almost forgot. For stopping by hear your sick. MOG Ben says, I'm very fascinated. Bro makes his own stuff. Not that many do, except the lazy and listen to Spotify and make pennies, or YouTube only, nothing else and make nothing. Oh yeah, yeah, because yeah, you know, I think I don't know. I think my brain just works better for merch, because like with shows, it's like you're really rolling the dice, whereas with merch, like you're kind of rolling the dice. Yeah, it's less risky. But I know some people just, you know, the reality of it, like I've lost money on merch too. Like the original, like, so not this one, Ben, a whole different manufacturer. This was like years ago. The first time I tried to get Groovy the Galaxy vinyl made, people that made it like messed it up, dude. So I lost like, you know, a moment where I lost like thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Trying to get vinyl made, which again, that's not your problem. And again, I appreciate the support. I hope you don't think I'm just gonna be like, damn, I get this guy, support this guy, and he's gonna lose it on a bunch of risky ventures. But no, that's not actually what's happening. But yeah, But you know what I mean? Like, so like some artists and stuff, like the thing is, it depends on your fan base too. Like I have, some buddies that like crush, like they'll have like a billion monthly listeners or like a billion followers, and like they can maybe sell 10 t-shirts, because a lot of people like them more for like the, oh, that was funny, like, or like, oh, they do better on like just like getting their attention, but they don't do great when it comes to like building connections with people, you know what I mean? Of like, getting people behind their mission of like who they are and like what they believe in, you know what I mean? Which, not saying one's better than the other, it's just like, that's just their path that they're going down. So for them to take out like, put down money on like a, big vinyl order or something, or like a big t-shirt order, doesn't really make sense for them, you know what I mean? Whereas I'm in the other camp where it's like, I spend a lot of time trying to like really build like a mission and stuff like that and like really connect with people. This is who I am. I've always been like that, dude. You stick me in the room with anybody and I'll be their friend after like the first in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's just because who I am. So yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah. Vinyl CDs, cassettes, and the big 26 is a dying art. Yeah, it really is though. Thankfully, like, I think vinyl is kind of making a comeback, but yeah, like a lot of like, even like major artists will like kind of what's it called? I think they kind of keep them around because there is still money to make it like from them. But yeah, I don't know. It is a dying art for sure. Oh my God, I messed up. There you go. But MLG Ben says you should takes pressure to make diamonds. It really does, yeah. Oh yeah. I 100% agree with that. And you should make more merch and have a vinyl wrapped in a hoodie or something, like vinyl album cover design hoodie. Yeah. What's it called? I want to make hoodies and stuff. I used to have shirts. I mean, these shirts I made myself technically. This is the show I was talking about. Funnily enough, actually, Crystal Nostalgia. This is a show I used to run. So I made these shirts myself. I want to get back into making clothes, but one of my goals for 2026. But I think it's more focused on Monster Shape 1 right now. So once I'm like in a spot where I know I can have the time for Monster Shape 1 and making shirts, that's probably when I'll start doing that. But yeah, it's also all me right now. I don't know, there's a lot of things. I'm still like a team of one right now, so hopefully that changes after I move and I have the time to like run the numbers to see if I can afford to hire an assistant for the first time ever. Which I might be. We'll see. Oh my God. But yeah, this is it, Ben. This is all through your vinyl and still groovy, dude. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put some more tape on it to make sure it's safe. And it's covered in bubble wrap too. It's making it to Alaska for you. Safe and sound. I know, and still Groovy's playing, right? But MLG Ben says, I don't know where to make 100% cotton clothing. Everything's always polyester, done killing the gains. Oh, so what? Here's what I suggest, MLG Ben, is appreciate it, man. Don't need to rush. Oh yeah, I'm not rushing. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling. That's how long it usually takes. I'm gonna drop it off at the mailbox for you tomorrow though, because I think after I go to the gym tonight, I'm gonna be packing a bunch more orders again. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, for clothing. So here, I'll put you on some game, Ben. There's a website called blankstyle.com. Let me make sure that's what it's called. Blank Style. Is it what it's called? Yeah, it's called Blank Style. So like BLANKSTYLE. And essentially what it does is it lets you buy blanks. So like shirt blanks. So essentially it's a shirt without a design on it. And then what you would do is I would look and like put 100% cotton and then order a couple from different companies. And they're super cheap. Like maybe they're like $10 each. So get a couple blanks, find which one you like. And then what I did is I found a screen printer near me that either A, I could bring my own blanks and tell them, hey, screen print on this blank, or B, they could order themselves using their wholesale account. to get that specific blank that I like. And for me, I really like AS color. So all my shirts have always been on AS color because they're 100% cotton. They might have some polyester in it, but they're just like the perfect amount of like flowiness, thinness. They're not too heavy. They're not too like thin. Like it, yeah. And it just feels like you're like a nice blanket. And so I like how if you talk about something, you always got like the second monitor just like hell yeah, Dale. Thank you, dude. But yeah, they're pretty cheap. And so when I made like the Groovy Kaiju shirts, dude, I like literally ordered like a bunch of different blanks. Like I had like a whole spreadsheet of like me and my girlfriend rating every blank for like how soft it was, how durable we felt like it would be. So like we made a whole spreadsheet and found this is our favorite. And then I ordered that one. So if you want to get into making clothes, especially shirts, it's like you would order blanks first and then you would find a screen printer to print on the, what's it called? But MLG Ben says, I don't have a vinyl player yet, low-key collecting. I'm trying to find one so it doesn't ruin the vinyl. Oh, okay, sick, a high quality one. I like the Audio-Technica LP 120, not the LP 60 where it's just like but it's the one where you actually have like a tone arm and all that you have to like drop yourself with the counterweight. That one's pretty hot. It's the Technics clone from motherfucking from Audio-Technica. So I'd recommend that one, Ben, if you're looking for let me look. What's it called? ATLP. It's what I have, and it's really good. Yeah, it's the Audio-Technica LP 120. It's about $200. Make sure that's it. Oh wait, no, it's not this one. But okay, no, it is. It's just for some reason Google's being dumb. Yeah, okay, my bad. It's actually like $450. But you can always get a used one too. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it is $450. I'm sorry. Okay, damn. But yeah, Audio-Technica LP 120. If you got the bread. But yeah. But that's the one I have, and I like it a lot, and it won't damage your vinyls, to my knowledge. Like it's exactly what you're asking for. It's like the go-to. MLG Ben says, I appreciate it. You're welcome. Somebody else is legit. I actually do lol using my laptop and 2 additional monitors. Okay, sick. Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, even if you want to, I don't know, even if you ever like need clothes, like if you like blank clothes, blank style is great. Because you don't like a lot of times when you buy shirt blanks, they want you to have like a business license to get blanks. So like if you were to go to like buy like next level website.com, they'll start you from like $20 each. But blank style is meant for like wholesalers, so they'll still sell you a wholesale price, but to get to like the ultimate low price, you need a business license. But I'm being too complicated. Pretty much just, I don't know. And blank style, their shipping's hella fast. You can technically get it even cheaper, but yeah, I don't know. That's my go-to. Oh wait, no, I want this. Yeah, I'm printing out your shipping label right now, Ben. Cool. But I'm glad to hear that you're able to you're having fun. It's a video, following along. But yeah, I would recommend them. I still wear a lot of the shirts I got from them. But when I was testing things out, because some of them were like, I put like A tier over S tier. I still wear those shirts all the time because I was like, hell yeah. In fact, I probably should buy more because I've been losing weight from going to all like the, what's it called? All the gym bunch. I'm like, yeah. MLG Ben says, cool, much appreciated. Yeah, dude, anytime, dude. Somebody else says, buy 5 hoodies in different colors and start on some designs to make them worthwhile, or to just keep it simple. Here till the end, till I sleep. Well, yeah, no worries, dude. I appreciate it, dog. Hell yeah. But yeah, to your point, somebody else, you totally could. So one thing I was like thinking about doing for Groovy Kaiju is, my thing is if I don't know, my whole weird thing is that like, I don't like direct, so this is getting too complicated with shirt stuff, but when you get shirts print on demand, like the whole like printer shirts, I don't like how like, I want to like be able to beat up my shirts because I skate. So like, I want my shirt to get drenched in sweat, run it in the wash at like the worst setting and still have it be good quality. You know what I mean? And it's like my fault, but yeah. Oh, MLG Ben, enjoy your workout, brother. I'm gonna head out also. God bless, dude. God bless to you too. Thank you again, MLG Ben. You have a good night. And yeah, this is your label. I'm not gonna show it, but like I'm about to put it on there and then yeah. So expect this on the way to you tomorrow, dude. Thank you, Ben. But yeah, but simply deal. Pretty much I want to be able to just abuse my shirts. So I don't like direct to garment. But to your point about getting the hoodies, there's a new one called direct to film. And essentially what they do is they just, you can order the films in bulk or just one at a time. And they're like, pretty cheap. Like, so essentially you're ordering just the design and then you get like an iron or a heat press and it presses the design into the shirt. And apparently those do better than direct to garment, but I've never tested it myself in terms of like how well the design will stick. So if that's something you want to try, dude, I would say go for that. Because there's a website called Ninja Transfer. So essentially the idea would be you go to Ninja Transfer to get your films, and then you would get your hoodies from Blank Style, and then you would get like an iron, I think, and then yeah, you would be in a good spot if you want to make your own clothes. But yeah. But the reason why I bring it up too, because you can get a heat press online for like I think like $300-$400. So I was thinking like, damn, should I just do the Groovy Kaiju shirts direct to film, put a heat press right there on the back, and then like when people order shirts, be like, hey, I'm gonna make your shirt right now and then pack it for you. So if someone orders, I could just put it in, boom, show them I made them the shirt, put it in the box, and then, yeah, I mean, I thought that would be pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm already spending so much time packing orders. I'm like, I still kind of need to make, wouldn't that be cool? Something like that would be sick. But because I'm spending so much time already like packing everything, I don't think I have time to like also make the merch too, which it would work if I was a little bit smaller. Like I'm in like the weird limbo where like, I know the analogy I was making earlier is like, I'm still playing, like we're playing checkers, but Kai's Nut's playing chess. I'm in like both camps right now. I'm like this, where I'm like still playing checkers a little bit, but I'm like almost in chess land. So I have to pick my battles. You know what I mean? Or keeping it real, just save up money and hire somebody at some point. So yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, sick. Well, with that, I think it's if you don't mind, I think it's time to call it, because I need to go work out. Let's get my gym. Oh wait, there's something in here. Oh, Lamau, dude, I was looking for my tech deck and I was like, where'd it go? And it was in this bag this whole time. Oh wait, will it show up on camera? I'm sorry. Gotta keep the balance before tipping the scales, and hopefully that moment comes where everything's covered. Exactly, yeah. It's a video. Hey! Yeah. But it's all about balance, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. But dude, as always, thanks for staying till the end, dog. I appreciate you. And I think I'll see you Sunday. If you don't mind. I'll catch you around on Sunday, and we'll kick it then. So anybody else who's watching, Skyer, I know you're probably still lurking. Catch you around, Skyer. Catch you around, Super Hideo, MOG Ben, or just went to bed. Rose has already left. So anyone else who's still watching, appreciate you. I'll catch you around. See you Sunday, dude. And cool. All right, later everybody. Take it easy. Oh, I'm gonna make a thumbnail. What thumbnail should I do? I'm gonna hold Jermaine again, like a baby. All right, there we go. Y'all take it easy.